5 of the DoDCast. If you're curious about the point 5, that comes from betrayal. Absolute betrayal. Oh, good echo. We can start off with that. That's great. Thank you. I love that, Twitch. Thank you. All right, thank you. All right, let's go. Professional as fuck, dude. Loving it. Loving it. So we got today Kaz, as always, because Kaz is
Hello.
as available as I am. And Dylan, our good friend
Hi.
Dylan, Smash player extraordinaire, and
No
a
stranger
dolphin.
to the
I'm
podcast.
finally here.
He's fine, yeah. He's
Performing for you.
right here in front of everybody. Isn't that neat? We got that going. Let me put out the
Sweet.
notifications so people can watch it live on Twitch, where I use it. On Twitch is where I'm at. YouTube, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Partner.
is DoDCast episode 11.5, the squeakquel.
Uh-huh. That
And if
Kaz,
you're wondering what happened to episode 11, there was a military coup.
there was.
That's
It
true.
It was pretty intense, actually.
Mario thought it'd be really funny to do it as soon as Dragon left the voice call we were in, so we did it.
Yeah, and they did that after being on my stream for like 4
yeah,
hours
yeah.
playing
That's right.
Pokemon
Yeah, we were.
Unite.
That's right.
Pokemon Unite, and then fucking they just did it. I was like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with Techie. I'll see you guys later. They're like, see ya, man. Had a great time. Thanks for hanging out. And then boom, they stabbed me in the fucking back, which was powerful. That was a powerful fucking thing that happened.
Well, it had been a hot minute since we did this.
That's true. And I'm not gonna not
Yep.
laugh at the fact that there was a Dodcast without Dodd. That's funny. I'm gonna laugh at that.
We told you we would do it.
You didn't. No one said that. No one said.
I said, hey, if no one's available, I'm going to record the DoDCast by
Hey, feels
myself.
But you didn't do it by yourself, you liar. You did it. You did it with other people from my podcast and from my chat. The double
Stolen.
backstab, stealing my viewers, stealing my podcast. You've taken everything from me,
Siphoned right up.
and now you're
Yep.
playing Charizard.
Charizard's-
You're trying to steal my main.
Charizard's
Soon I will
good,
become you.
but like annoying to play because like you have to be Charmander.
You have to try.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You have to try.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good
Fuck.
first subject. Pokemon Unite, baby's first MOBA for many other people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nightmare sometimes.
It can be an absolute nightmare. It is an unbalanced, hot fucking mess. But you know what? It's still kind of fun to play.
Oh, it is extremely fun to play, but you have to understand that there's 2 buttons to the game,
Uh-huh.
and the only strategy that matters is what time did you hit your button? Was it the frame after the enemy or before?
And the netcode
Or
isn't.
did you get lagged out?
Yeah, the netcode isn't all that forgiving in that regard. It's not. Now, your experience may vary. I play wired, because I spent my $15 like a jackass to, play with an Ethernet cable to my Switch.
That's right.
Which I shouldn't have done because I should just play wireless like everybody else because they're not paying $100 a month for internet. They're playing at
Nope.
McDonald's. So
That's what it feels like.
Congo
Sometimes.
yeah, so why am I wasting money when no one else is going to play by the same rules? That sucks. I'm not happy
Paying more
about that.
Wi-Fi.
But every
My
now
Wi-Fi-
and then.
My internet's pretty good, so I don't really mind playing wireless.
No,
But
no.
like, I know a lot of like Comcast sufferers must like have to rely on wired connections.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it is. And I'm not on Comcast. I just prefer to have a wired connection to everything because yeah, it's kind of like that one thing. I'm sure at some point wireless will not be that bad, and even in some cases it already isn't. But a part of me is like how I was. Remember when I got that new laptop for the first time, and I was just I was blown away by the fact that it did everything I told it to do.
Yeah,
You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so in my
it wasn't
mind,
trying to fight you.
yeah, so in my mind, Wi-Fi is like the same thing where it's always going to be like 2004 Wi-Fi to me, always, and just never work,
Yeah.
be spotty, walk through a weird wall, and then fucking you lose all connection, and it's just it's all bad. So there's nothing I can really do about that. That will always be in my mind. That it just sucks, no matter what. That it's just fucking terrible. So I always try and shell out for a wired connection, which is what the Switch is on currently. Plus, I don't use the Switch as a handheld device. The thing
No,
lives
it's
in
Yeah, I
its
don't
it's
dock.
a
either.
handheld device.
Yeah, it lives in its dock. So
My hands are too big for the Joy-Cons, and I'm just gonna snap it in half if I'm not careful.
on the Joy-Cons suck.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
They
don't feel good to
yeah.
play. They're hard to control.
so
I
Everything
saw
on them is
Nairo
just
beat
too
some ass
small.
with Kazuya on him. I was like, he was like getting constant like electric wind god fist with it. I was like, what the hell?
oh no, I believe that. I think also we apologize. Dylan's mic goes up and down throughout. He's going to go out through this podcast.
Yeah.
We could hear you what you said, but sometimes you're like really loud and sometimes you're really soft. So I like continually
Wait.
change your volume on Discord. It's like
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm a mixer at a radio station, just constantly just up and down, up and down.
Oh fuck, dude.
So, but that's something that's not fixable. Dylan lives in the middle of fucking nowhere with really terrible internet, which is the bane of his existence as well as ours. So he's not happy.
Dude,
We're
it
not
sucks.
happy. It does suck. I've played him in Smash. I know exactly how much it sucks. I've been there. I've seen it.
Ugh.
But speaking of the Joy-Cons, you and I had a Joy-Cons match in Smash there, Dylan.
It was fun. Yeah, we
And
did.
to reiterate how bad the Joy-Cons are, I actually got wins on Dylan,
Yeah, you got like 2 wins.
which is like, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for Dylan,
Yeah.
and that's
Pretty
just.
sick. You got some nice 2 frames too, which
I
is
think
amazing.
it's yeah. I got the 2 frames on
Yeah.
the Joy-Cons, which is cool. But I'm just really this is just to reiterate how equalizingly bad those things are that I can get wins on Dylan because of how shit that controller is. Like, I mean, that's bad. And it's mostly just the wonkiness, which kind of comes into the topic of, Nintendo always likes to do something different every time, because I guess in Japan they've got this idea that everything should be like fun and interactive, because in America our fat asses don't want to move.
Nope.
We don't want that. In the Americas, in Europe, anywhere, like I come home, I want to move my thumbs. I don't want to move anything else. That's it.
Yeah.
And so it
God,
can
no.
be, you hold Joy-Cons in your hand like there's some type of alien fucking device, because it's so different from what is a standard controller. And it just gets on my nerves. Like oh my god, I can't stand it. So,
God, dude, I hate what Kill Switch was saying, or Curse. He's saying high speed satellite internet, 5 megabyte up and down. Jesus Christ.
oh yeah, no, that's about the. But see, that shows you too.
That is like high speed to me a little bit.
The speed. Yeah, but see, that's where like. The institutions at B have set us up in the position where we think that like 10 upload or 5 upload is good, and it is okay because no one ever uses upload. And then you get to
Yeah.
someone like me, and then every little bit fucking counts. And every time I had to call the ISP about it, they're like, "Well, nobody uses it. So is it really that important that you have the
Oh my
maximum 10
God.
upload?" It's like, yes, it fucking is.
It
Yeah,
is.
I'm
Like-
paying for it, you dick.
Yeah.
It's tremendously important.
Where's my fucking money? So
I don't even want to look at. Dude, I know that feeling, Pickle. Holy shit.
supposedly my current internet is 100 down, 10 up. That's
pretty solid.
That's supposedly what it is. It fluctuates. I know it fluctuates. I've been throttled. I know I've been throttled.
Yeah.
Years ago, and this is me putting something away. I didn't realize it. I left out, so that's the stream gets to hear that. Don't leave cheese out after making a sandwich, chat. Don't do that.
No.
Anyway, no, years ago, some of you guys from the channel might remember I had like 2 months where I just could not stream due to internet problems. And that was because they had a gateway error on the West Coast. And thankfully, my buddy Nick, who had some backgrounds in like networking, helped me ping where it was. So I was able to call the ISP for like the 6th fucking time to tell them where the gateway error was. And of course, they want me to, every time they want you to go through the bullshit. Did you reset your router?
Yeah. You reset. What's your phone number? What's your
We're
fucking
gonna
account number?
reestablish the connection. If you could do me a favor
We're gonna turn it off and on our end.
and see if that helps. I'm like, no. By that point, I was like, I want a tier 2 technician. I want a tier 2 technician. I don't want fucking anyone else. I don't want it, and then the lady's like, well, we have a standard process. I said, look, I know you're doing your job. I get it. You're doing your job. You're trying to, you day by day, but just please, just forward me to the nearest tier 2 technician. And when I got to that dude, everything was slamming. The guy was like, yeah, what's the problem? I was like, you have a gateway error in fucking Phoenix that is causing me to have this problem. And he's like, oh. Well, I guess because you know that, you know where it is. Yes, I do. Here's the location. And he goes, well, look at that. All right, I'll send a guy out there, and he'll be there doing that in the next 9 hours, and hopefully that'll help. The next day, perfect internet. Perfect. And I was like, fucking finally, because ISPs, they just treat you like idiots. They think you don't know anybody.
They really do.
And
They're not gonna fix their own issues.
90% of the time, they're right. The average customer doesn't know what it is that they're fucking talking about,
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really funny when you hear like a 60-year-old dude just be like, I think I'm getting DDoSed. It's like, I don't think you're getting DDoSed. I think I am, because my grandson was telling me that's what the Lizard Squad was doing.
Holy fuck.
Like, yeah, that's
My
right.
grandson said he hates my guts and he's gonna kill me.
Oh my god.
Doing it using the DDoS.
He said the Lizard Squad was DOSing Sony, and they're probably after my 401k. It's like, sir, I don't think that's happening.
Sir, I don't think you understand a goddamn thing.
Well, I'll tell you, these communists on the internet. All right, you have a good day, sir. That's
Just wait a minute.
people out here trying to get me to wear masks. That's unbelievable. And I mean, that's the kind of crap they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I get that. So I don't want to bother a low-level employee. But man, does their corporation suck.
Yeah, I want the Chad employee.
Yeah, give me the guy who like has never had that job because he went to like super college and got out and they just gave him the head technician position. Like, give me that dude. He's gonna solve my problem immediately. Like,
He's just gonna like type some shit, look at the computer. Oh yeah, it's this.
oh yeah, it says. How many times have you called? 6 times. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, you poor bitch.
Anyways, let's actually fix the problem.
And it happens.
Jump through enough hoops.
So that's my advice to anybody listening. If you've got a real ISP problem, make sure you contact a tier 2 technician. Just continue to insist on talking to one, because those dudes are like architects, and they actually like their job because they're being paid, and so it doesn't bother them to actually fix problems. So
hell yeah.
There's that. But don't give the low level ones enough. Don't give them a lot of trouble, which is probably another topic that people should be talking about now. Is why the fuck are we walking into Walmart with a chip on our shoulder and bothering low level employees? Why are we doing that?
Oh yeah, right.
Why is that happening?
They ain't doing anything wrong. They don't give a shit. They're just there to work.
I mean, why is
I don't know. You like peaked in high school?
I guess. I made a joke about that.
You just hate treating people like people.
I made a joke about that this morning in Gemini's stream. Actually, they were talking about fitness and health, and I said I was pretty fit in high school. Now I'm just the guy that talks about high school.
You don't want to end up like this.
You don't want that. Don't do it.
My bum knee could have gone pro.
I could have done it. I could have. The recruiter wasn't there. The sun was in my eyes. I was really hot. My coach was being a dick. The
melanin wasn't right.
The 4s were moving into the 6s, and I'm very upset. Like, I just couldn't do it. And they deflated that ball. I saw him do it, right by the visitor bleachers. I saw it happen. The bastards. No, I've heard all those excuses. I've seen all those excuses, and I fully own up to my football experience. I was the guy that you could get, if you gave me that ball, I could put it anywhere on that field you wanted. I couldn't catch, and I couldn't throw, and I couldn't fucking remember half of the goddamn plays. So obviously, I was very situational. And recruiters are not looking for that. They don't want that. They're like, damn, that boy's angry as hell, but I don't think he can remember what the play was. Yep, there he goes, just doing whatever he feels like.
God, dude, that would totally be me in football. I feel like I'd just forget the play halfway through.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just.
Kind of get caught up in it.
But still,
Yeah.
I'll never forget my coach, who gave me the wisest words that I'll ever receive in my life. Dragon, you see that guy? I want you to kill him. Yes, coach. No. Kill him. Yes, no. I don't want. I won't want him in the game. Kill him. Yes, coach. I'll kill him. Just as loud as I can. People heard it. The visitors heard it. Home team heard it. Everyone fucking heard me talking about my proclamation of homicide on that one dude, and he fucking heard it. And then suddenly I'm Billy Madison, fucking flying across the goddamn. You know. They're good times in high school, but we can't get fixated on all of those things. But I'm glad I had the experience. I don't regret not going anywhere with it because, I mean, look at it now. You're just going to have brain damage by the time you're 35.
Sick.
So
I would have joined the football team in high school, but my school ran out of money, so we just didn't have one when I was going there.
That sucked. What the fuck?
I went to a really poor school.
I had two schools that had high school football. The first was my regular school, which had the nice, white boy football, right? Like everything was cool and fine. And then I had to go to that bad school, which had all the bad kids, and they had a football team. Everybody joked had shivs in their fucking boots.
Oh man,
it had a reputation. They were not good, but they had a lot of injuries. That was.
Oh my god!
They played a little rough on that school. That was, boy howdy. That was a rough time for me. I wasn't expecting angrier people than me. I was the angriest white boy at my white school, and I was not the angriest white boy at that school. That was no. Holy shit! By the way, it's so nice to be able to do the podcast while I'm wireless. I just wanted to throw that out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's probably chill as fuck, actually.
It is. But, yeah, moral of all of that rambling was be nice to Walmart employees, please.
Oh, yeah.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
They don't deserve that, man.
And also, forget about high school. That shit doesn't matter.
That shit don't matter. Especially any mentality you left with high school, like the childish shit. Don't play any of that.
Yeah.
And don't let a bad high school experience ruin your experience of other people.
Yeah,
or like let it define you in some way. You know? It's just stupid crap.
And everybody fucking lies about high school, right? Like your parents, they lie about it.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
They sit there and they talk about how great it was, or this and that, and you're gonna have a great time. Or what? No, they're lying. They had a shit time. They had a horrible time in high school.
High school was way better when I went to school than
well, see, they're always like that.
No, it was worse when my dad talked about it.
Really?
It was like, yeah, I was living in my own apartment by myself.
Oh my god, in high school?
I bought my own car because I was selling stuff.
Stuff? Yeah, some stuff.
I wouldn't go to class. I would just beat people up in the bathroom. And I'm like, Dad, I'm a fucking honor student. What are you talking about?
I feel like your dad and I would have similar stories.
Probably.
I feel like we could pal around on that.
He was a bouncer for a strip club for a few years too.
That's sick.
Yeah, I feel like your dad and I would have a lot of the same stories.
That's like nasty. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I regret a lot of who I was in school. I was a bit of a bully back then, and I would pick and choose who I didn't like on the most arbitrary fucking shit, like just straight up high school bullshit. I would just do that.
Doesn't everybody?
Everybody does, I know, but it was just like an immediate, I don't like you, and so I'm going to give you a hard time.
You pissed me off.
And I was really angry, and it kind of gave people mixed signals because, as you guys know, I make fun of my friends. And it's a thin line between I'm making fun of you because I like you and I'm making fun of you because I hate you.
Sometimes the line gets blurry.
That line gets blurry. I will say it's a hell of a lot more passive-aggressive with people I don't like. With people I don't like, I won't just say, you're fucking disgusting. That's what I say to my friends. You know, that's what I say to them. You know, but with other people, I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, you and that the community service, huh? That was court ordered, right? You did that? That was court ordered? Yeah, I bet it was. You know, that type of shit. That's me, 100%. I'm that guy.
I have love and hatred for everyone. Me too.
Everybody deserves a little hatred. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect except Techie.
Yeah,
Techie's
pretty
alright.
perfect. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then again, you could hate him for being just the nicest guy.
Perfect.
I've seen people who don't like him because he's too nice. I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, I've
like,
had that happen.
you know,
before.
it's just, you know, the different atmospheres, right? Some people,
They're not used to it. Like, what's wrong with this guy?
yeah, like it's different. Like
makes
Dylan,
sense.
Dylan's one of the nicest guys we know. As we talk
Aye.
about him, like he's not in the room.
Hate his
Um,
guts.
But you know, he's one of the nicest guys we know. But he can pal around with us over dumb shit, and I don't think Techie would be comfortable doing any of
absolutely.
that. Techie would be like,
No.
Techie would hear if Techie knew half the shit that you guys told me, he'd be upset. like
Probably.
actually upset.
I believe it because we fucking you're literally a little doo doo.
Yeah. No, and I love like one of the older jokes in the stream was the donators that said we don't really care about you, Dragon. We just want Techie to be okay. You know, he laughed at that, but after a bit, he was like, "How often do they say that to you?"
Oh my god.
I'm like, "Oh, you know, just every donation or so, like just every couple of, you know, always, not a big deal."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, that's
Few minutes,
not."
I would say.
I'm sure they don't really believe that. I'm like, "It's just the atmosphere. Don't worry about it." And he's like, "Well, I just don't want you to think." Here, I'll watch the podcast right now. Don't worry about it. Maybe you shouldn't do that, Techie.
No, I don't think you'll like what you'll hear.
No, he might not like that. So,
Fucking funny.
Getting jealous of happy people is understandable, and everybody does it, but, like, you get tired after a while.
Yeah.
Like, if
It's
they're
like
happy,
it
they're
usually comes
happy.
in spikes. Honestly.
Yeah, it
like,
definitely does. Because you realize, why am I worrying about this? And then you see something else, and it's like, fuck.
it depends on what they're happy about.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very situational.
Yeah, like
And a lot
I
of
see
the
that too.
times, what people are happy about is like, well, they have a completely different life from me.
yeah, you know, and
Yeah.
it depends. Like, I'm jealous of people who get lucky.
We have more
Right,
money than
but I'm not jealous of people where things become effortless. If somebody can get through life where things just sort of work out for them, we all know those type of people where things just work and they get to do things. You know, I'm not mad at them. That's not they put the effort into it. They're skilled or whatever. I'm not like mad at those people.
Right.
I am mad at the people who are like, yeah, you know, I couldn't hold down 3 different jobs, so my dad gave me a job at the dealership, and now I make fucking $70,000 a year. It's like that.
What the
Fuck you.
fuck?
Holy shit.
Yeah, like fuck you. You know, like I don't say
I'd
it.
be so
but-
happy.
but, yeah,
I would never say it like that.
you know,
Yeah, dude, I'd be fucking cruising. Are you serious?
like
Yeah, check out my new ride, bitch.
yeah, that type of shit just is like, God damn it, you know, because that is definitely not the opportunities that were afforded to me.
No.
And I get like fucking jealous over that type of thing. But that's mostly over that, like, over people just getting it by pure happenstance. That sucks.
And you also got to remember, not everybody had the same start as you.
Right. You
Some
know.
people are already on a fucking car while you're walking.
Oh yeah. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I know people
Meet
people
the
used to-
13-year-old entrepreneur. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. I
Leave me alone.
people probably thought that about me, and they didn't know. You know, there's a flip side of it too. Like you said, I had a car in high school. You know, and I fucking fucked around my buddies, seemingly with. It seemed like we had infinite money. We didn't have jobs. We had infinite money, if you know what I mean.
Sick.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I'm sure people looked at that and they're like, "Oh, there's Mr. fucking cool or whatever. Fuck him and his whatever." They didn't know that back home, it was a fucking nightmare, and that I was always working outside the house because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
You know, and there was no way of them knowing that. So we can't all know each other's position, even if it seems like somebody's lucky. Maybe they're not. Maybe they got other problems, and we all just have to be empathetic to that. But boy,
Right.
is it fucking hard when something is handed to somebody. Like, God, fuck you, dude. Like,
But boy, howdy,
Yeah.
why wasn't it handed to me?
yeah, exactly.
Why wasn't I born and given $1 million? What the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Small loan of
My parents
$1
didn't
million.
even show up to my birth.
Yeah, mine were gone too.
Bullshit.
They were late and didn't apologize for it. The bastards.
I don't know how my mom managed
Fuck.
it.
I have no
Yeah, I'd
idea.
be like, I think raised by a nurse or whatever for like I think a month actually, because I
Oh,
was
yeah, 'cause-
I was a preemie.
Yeah.
I was late
It's like
as
3
fuck.
months early.
I was right on time, but too big.
I was like damn near like 3 weeks late. I was
Really?
I
Wow.
was a big ass baby.
I was
They-
10-pound baby.
They had to cut her ass open, C-section for my ass because I wasn't coming out.
No, too
Yeah.
big.
I guess
3
I was,
weeks? That's late as hell.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
late.
late
I
as
was
hell.
very late, and I'm guessing now I was just trying to kill her, which should have just been a clue.
You felt the energy.
Yeah, like, it was just a prelude to how that was gonna go for the rest of my life. Like, just here's the warning.
God damn.
But
It's
know,
pretty. Yeah.
that's just how it is. But
Yeah.
what's the other? What's Oh yeah, we can go over it since it's been some time. What games have you all been playing lately?
Oh. I mean, like, I just got done playing this like PS1 game right before I came in here. I was playing Valkyrie Profile. It's a pretty cool game. I've never played it before at all. I honestly just like found it whenever I would listen to like I like to listen to like relaxing RPG music sometimes to chill out to. And it's like one of the games that pops up. And I was like, okay, well I guess I'll try it. Looked it up and shit. I looked up one battle and I was like, oh okay, yeah, this game looks like fun, and just download it. Or whatever, I get it.
That takes a lot of bravery to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna play a PS1 game I've never played before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bravery right there to do that.
You think so?
Yeah, in 2021, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think that's,
PS1 game, dude.
that could really let you down in a lot of different ways.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so well. Like there was one point, like actually, like right before I ended the stream, I was like, oh shit, it's got like, it's got like a Majora's Mask like timer system or something. It's
I
like
hate
it's got like
that.
periods of time or whatever, and then like this bitch, Freya will check up on you after a certain amount of time has gone by, and you have to like respond to her and shit, or you have to like do whatever, or you have to keep doing it until Ragnarok comes. It literally tells you that.
Right.
I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, time shit is pretty fucking bad, and I don't. That's what's always separated, because this is where like terminology in games is kind of shifted off. I was watching Franz play something the other week, and it was an American-made or European-made RPG, but it had so many elements of what we understand as a JRPG that I was just calling it that. You know, because it's like it's one of those games where it's like, oh, you need to be in the town square on a Sunday at 12 in the afternoon in February. And then you can meet the secret man who's got the secret sword or whatever. You know, that type of shit, right?
Yeah, like it's got that type of shit, and I was just like, oh Lord, I wish I knew everything.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. And I hate that.
The only exception I will give that, because I do agree, is the Dead Rising series, especially 1 and 2. Because the way the Dead Rising series is designed, it makes the timer a fundamental part of the gameplay.
Right. Well, and that's
like,
kind of different.
You're not trapped in a county or a country. You're in a mall.
But you're also in that game. You're also, the timing of it is for you to do runs. I mean, you're gonna play that a couple of times. You know, it's almost, it's not like a roguelike, but it could be played like one because of that.
They're like most of the things you see are optional.
Right. Like you play it the first time and then you run out of time. You're like, fuck. But the second time you're like, oh, that one weapon is really easy to get. I'm gonna go grab it really fast and see how different this playthrough is. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know, you could treat that kind of game like that. You really can't do that with JRPGs unless you think that a run is 50 hours long.
I know, right?
And if you
Like,
Oh
do-
man,
God.
let me speed run through Dragon Quest 7 and Sentinels of the Starry Skies, 70 hours.
Yeah, that is.
It's a DS game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. And I've played games like it. I'm not a huge fan of JRPGs.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast before. 100% completion time, 500 hours.
Oh my god.
It's a DS
Wow.
game.
Damn,
my
you've been
God.
playing that DS game for a while.
Who's sped run that? Like,
Ooh, some hero.
somebody who's
Yeah.
got issues, I would imagine. Like, that's intense. I wouldn't do that. But I'll tell
Overall,
you,
though, I like the game.
Ogre
Yeah.
Battle 64 was like that. That's probably the first game I ever played that was like that. You know, the timing and having to change the alignment of a character so it can become this different class but it doesn't show you that value, so you have to kill very specific enemies, and you know that type of shit is like, let me just play. Can I just play the game?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean.
it's
I like the movement a lot too. In the game.
it's that kind of thing that ends up bothering. I mean, I know that not all games should be played optimally, but when you start throwing numbers at me, I want to play it optimally, right? And so it ruins the experience for me, where I get that feeling of just I'm missing out. Dragon's Dogma is another good example of that, which I know you hate, Kaz, but it's a good example of the fact that you didn't even know that your stats weren't changing equally leveling up with different classes. There's no way of knowing that until like you look up it online and then go, well, fuck,
Yeah.
I fucked
Guess
up.
I gotta start again.
Even though it doesn't really matter all that much, the stats don't really matter as much as people think that they do, and you can still play the game pretty efficiently. It's like, oh man, that boss was killed in 5 seconds instead of 3. All right, whatever, you know. But it still pisses me off because I like to be optimal in RPGs. I like to do it. It's something I like to do, unless I'm playing an ARPG, and then I theme myself to be a summoner anyway, or what other, like Super Religion Man in PoE, where he was just raising everyone from the dead, and everybody was like, why didn't you play the Witch? They're way better summoners than the Templar. I'm like, because Super Religion Man. Like that should be the end of that
Ultra
discussion.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. He knows the word. He knows the Lazarus
He's not
password.
resurrecting himself. He's resurrecting everybody.
Uh-huh. He's powerful, you know, and that's a big thing. I love summoners in games, and you know, I will go out of my way to make those work, even if they're not optimal. But at the same time, I'm gonna get pissed off at fucking Dragon's Dogma because I leveled up 1 extra time in Strider before I could change to Assassin. Well, better start over.
God.
I've done it. I've done that exact thing.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I'm pretty sure I've done things similarly, like in RPGs, where like I just didn't level up correctly, and I'm like, I have to restart. There's no fucking point to this. It's just gonna be fucked up. I hate it. Here we go.
I remember when Final Fantasy XIV had a stat system when you leveled up that you had to manually input. If you were a specific class and you didn't level up the right thing, you're just worse.
Right.
And it's like, great. Why do I have to do it? I as the player don't fucking know what I need as a tank. You need tenacity.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
I know.
The
Yeah.
hell does the word tenacity mean? I had to Google it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sif is bringing up that it's weird that you're optimal about that, but think EV training is stupid. For those who don't, EV training is a Pokemon thing. For those who don't know, the difference is the theming. To me, that's not what Pokemon is about. Pokemon is not supposed to be optimal, and I think that Pokemon multiplayer, if you want to go crazy over that type of thing, should be equaled out. Every Pokemon should be level 50. The items shouldn't be messed with. And that it should just be about what team you brought. It shouldn't be whether or not your Dracovic whatever thing is super fucking IV'd perfect whatever. Like that's the thing I don't think that's what Pokemon should be about, period. It should be an adventure with you and your little buddies going off and doing whatever. An RPG is how fucking, to me, how can you make this hero dude just blast through shit and feel powerful? It's like a power trip.
fucking god.
And I like to get the power trip from that. I'm not going to get a power trip from a game like Pokemon. That's not going to happen.
No,
That's just not going to get.
no, it's just me and the homies.
Yeah.
I'm always like popping a cold one with the homies.
Yeah, it depends entirely on the game. It depends. And
Yeah.
and like I said, a game like fucking PoE, which is an ARPG, I run around with unoptimal shit because I like it. It's the themed fun of it, versus the one pathing of an RPG like fucking Dragon's Dogma, where I'm not killing this thing fast enough by climbing on its eye critical and hitting it because I didn't level 50 times an assassin. That bothers me. It's the missing out shit that bothers me.
Yeah.
That's the fear of missing out shit bothers me a lot in numbers games, but it doesn't when I want to be able to theme it or I like the setting. Like Pokemon that's just supposed to be you and homies. That's all it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You and your favorite little monster thing.
Yeah, like the main thing I know about what I hate about RPGs is like it's just like not knowing where all the treasures are, or like wherever like you can like steal like a really badass item from this
dude.
enemy.
Yeah, and
But you don't know about it or something.
Old school RPGs are like the reason why I developed the unshakable habit of what is in every container in this room.
Oh yeah. And
what is in
hoard.
every nook and cranny of this fucking map? And it makes playing like Bethesda games, modern day Bethesda games, a nightmare.
Oh, it's a total fucking chore sometimes.
I actually get a headache exploring areas in Fallout 4 because it's like I gotta get the scrap, but I gotta remember what scrap I need.
I don't like the Fallout games as much because I feel like I have to check everything, but there's so much to fucking do.
I know.
Well, one of these days I'm gonna go through Fallout 4 again, and I'm just gonna mod the hell out of it, like unlimited inventory. I'm just gonna do that, or at least make like certain junk weightless.
Would make it more relaxing.
Yeah, so I could just grab things and be whatever. Because at the end of the day, okay, what's the extra step by not doing that? I grab a bunch of crap from the supermart and then fucking warp home, put it in a box, warp back, and then do the same thing. You know what I mean? Like
that's the gameplay loop that they wanted, but just remove the fucking loading screens. I don't want to sit there.
Yeah, exactly.
And fast travel.
Exactly.
It changes nothing. Just waste my time.
That gameplay loop sucks. The gameplay loop for me of finding things to build other things, that's fun. But the warping back and forth and just making it take more time, that's not fun. And I get that that's a limitation of the game. But at this point, just make the certain loot weightless. Just make junk weightless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Boom. You can make other stuff cost weight, armor, weapons, shit like that. But loot should just be, or sorry, the junk loot, just make it fucking weightless. I don't want to have to warp back and forth from a mechanical pony factory just to get some screws. I don't want to do any of that shit. You know?
If it's too powerful, just fucking. Who cares? Just make the items more rare then.
Yeah.
Just make them weightless.
Yeah. And that would be it. So the mods will, yet again, mods.
And it also doesn't matter because the mods are just gonna change the values.
Yeah.
I don't understand. If you rely so fucking much on your modding community.
I know. And they don't even like. What's weird about Bethesda is they know that that's gonna happen, but at the same time, they also don't look at like the most popular mods and think, what can we do to incorporate that into the next base game? You know what I mean? Because that's what fucking Warhammer does all the time. The guys for Total War, and Paradox Gaming. Paradox Gaming is huge on that. Now Paradox has some stuff we could talk about being unethical, like they're just constant rolls of DLC that are just, I mean, it just keeps coming out. However, a lot of that DLC are actually like highly fine-tuned mods or popular variations of them that they incorporate into the game, which actually opens up the door to more modding because it changes the core gameplay. So the more they do that, the more there's mods, and the more there's mods, the more ideas they get. So a game like Stellaris has a shit ton of DLC and a shit ton of mods because there's so many fucking assets for them to work with that they're able to just do that. And it's incredible. I mean, the modding changes the entire scope of Paradox. Paradox just hired a head modder that paid and everything to do a free update for their base fucking game of Surviving Mars. Surviving Mars now has a modder on their team that was so popular they said, here, just tweak the base game. Just go ahead, just do it. Here's a paycheck. Just do it. And they did. Like, and they put in some really cool shit. Like, so do that, Bethesda. Shit, fuck you. So,
Oh, that's interesting, Sinless.
Bethesda's such a shit company.
Yeah. I mean, it could be the shareholders too, like making them like
oh, for sure,
not do anything new. Yeah, I could
for
see that.
absolutely. But that's
Every
also
AAA company's just shit.
They have that inherent problem, and that's a problem that needs to be dealt the way with too. I mean, I don't get that, and that bothers me. Let's say I was a shareholder in Bethesda, I don't understand. That would bother the hell out of me that we're not giving creative liberties to the people who are making this game popular. What
doesn't make any sense?
Yeah, like,
don't you want it to sell?
Yeah, like that's huge to me. So why I don't.
But it's all about the time frames, the quarterlies.
Oh yeah, it's all about the quarterlies, bro.
They gotta make it by a certain date, or else it's not gonna show up on the quarterly report.
That's just crazy.
Like, fuck off.
Let art be art. That's what I say.
Nope, it's money.
Oh man, we gotta develop this fucking massive 3D open world space. We're gonna give you 2 years. Like, what?
Yeah, how do you? Sure. Here's Kingdom of Amalur.
Oh my god,
here's
I hated how much that game sucked, bro.
Here's Cyberpunk 2077.
Kingdom of Amalur.
I like that game.
Bothers me.
No, that game sucks ass.
It bothers me that there
But
is aspects of it that I liked a lot.
Right?
And there's so many aspects of it that sucked dick, and I was so mad because I love the multi-classing thing they did. That's fun.
Dude, I do too. The jack of all trades, or just being like a warrior thief or mage or what. It was so fucking sick, bro.
Blinking around while being a sneaky fucking half mage man, like you're literally teleporting around the map and or the battle.
Yeah.
And then, like, stabbing a dude in the back, teleporting behind another dude, stabbing him in the back. That shit was hilarious. Going full fucking mage and literally creating a shield around yourself that shoots at people. The shield shoots at people. That's fucking sick. But, you know, of course, this mountains and mountains of dialogue that was supposed to be an MMO ends up being a single-player game. And then you side quest yourself to fucking death. And you never finish it. I, to this day, have never finished that game.
Here.
Never.
I never got past the first area.
I got like to like 2 or 3 areas, but like I just could not fucking do it. And dude, it would have been so much better as an MMO, actually.
I just threw it away. I was like, what? This isn't fun.
Yeah.
There were aspects of it that I liked, and I for the time, they weren't that bad. It hasn't aged well now, but like back then, it was like, okay, it's a hack and slash, whatever. Oh, I can use magic while I'm doing that. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, it has so many elements in it that are like MMO related, like go find the lore stones type shit, and then get like the lore of the area. I'm like, that's so fucking MMO. So many like go to this point collectible shit.
If it actually was an MMO, I think I would have probably played it more. Or
it was intended
to
be one. It was intended to be one. That's why it looks like that.
There's a very good What Happened episode on this.
Yeah, it is. It's bad.
I think they re-release it, the Re-Reckoning.
They did, and I played it, and there were things about it that I'm glad they changed, and there's other things I'm like, well, this could have been way better.
Way better. Yeah.
But again, you know, I think they were just trying to do right by the devs that made it prior, which made some sense. But it was still like, okay, it's still Kingdom of Amalur, even though it's a little bit prettier, and there's still stuff they could have fixed that they didn't, and I'm upset about that. So.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it was a fun 30-40 hour distraction and kind of nostalgic of that. I was playing it and I didn't hate it. I just was like, yeah, that's Kingdom of Amalur. You know, there it is.
Exactly as I remember.
There it is.
It's just sick, like all the time.
Ooh, look at me making the same build I made 10 years ago. Like, shit.
God, man, I remember when this game was fun. If you could just like keep me in like the 20 or 15 hour mark or whatever, but keep my mindset, I probably would love it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the fun part. And then after that, you're like, damn, there's a lot of bullshit.
Oof.
Yeah. You know, like,
oh man, this is. All right, I'll play something else.
Yeah,
basically. If it wasn't an MMO, like I actually could like play with you guys or something, I would actually probably play it because it was good enough.
That sounds better.
I think it's funny that there's like a category of games that nobody ever talks about. And that category of games is the ones that you stop playing and you don't actually have a reason why. You were playing it every day for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then suddenly you weren't. And then when someone mentions it, you're like, oh yeah, it was it was all right. But like that one particular day in the 4th week, you were just like, I'll play something else today, and then you never go back to it again. That's what that game is. That is one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, this is kind of neat. That's a bit chorish. I'll do it later. You never do it later.
You never do it later.
You never do it. I've tried to play through that game 3 or 4 times, and I'll probably do it again at some point with an intention of beating it. And I just don't think it's never gonna happen.
I don't think it will ever for me.
I'm never gonna play that game again. I did not like it.
And that's fine. That's yeah. But Dylan and I have like a slight nostalgia for it, and also the mechanics that we wish were in other games. Because I mean,
dude, yeah, like the classic was so sick.
The classic was sick. It made you feel powerful, and I like games that do the power trip with that. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
And I also enjoyed the fact that you could just change at any point in time. You didn't have to. You didn't have to go. You just went to a fate dude, and you're like, "Yeah, respec, please." And he's like, "Sure." And that's it.
Yeah.
And then you just start your character from 1 and level up all the way to the point you had leveled up, and then boom, you're a completely different fucking character. Like that was cool. That was sick.
It almost makes me think of like Final Fantasy 3 or 5, where they're really class focused, and you can just swap classes on the fly.
Yeah, and see that's
but it's way better though because of the multi classes.
I understand. Yeah, and I understand games that want to hard lock you into certain things like that. But if you've got a numerical value system and you don't have a respec, literally fuck your mother. 100%.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Just fuck your mom. Like
it does suck. God,
you suck as a person, like as a human being, as a concept. You suck. You're just. You need to do that.
I just really love having freedom in games, or like having the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want a little bit. It's so nice. It's just do whatever, I guess.
Yeah, and some will say, well, the replay value. It's like, well, fuck you. First off, I already bought it. What do you care how much I play it? So let me just use the one character and let me respec it. Like, what's the point? You know?
Yeah, oh, it's perfect. Yeah.
I just caught a fly in my hands.
Nice.
I'll eat it.
Yeah, eat it.
I'm not gonna eat the fly.
Fucking take the wasp nest and just fucking put your mouth in it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the wasp.
Indie games nowadays are so much more creative and passionately made than anything AAA.
They are pretty cool.
It's so sad.
Oh, that's just good.
You like rarely ever get AAA passion projects.
It's
really.
It's hard.
The last one I played was probably Ghost of Tsushima. That game's amazing.
I was gonna say that.
So, what is that studio? Sucker Punch?
Yeah, Sucker Punch.
Is it Sucker Punch? Oh, dude, yeah, Sucker Punch is awesome.
They release a game like every fucking 4 or 5 years, but man, what a game!
Yeah,
I'll never forget Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima was sick.
I need to play that, dude.
It's so good. Game of the year.
That should have been Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that should have been Game of the Year. I have no.
I know I really liked Infamous.
No qualms. Infamous was good. I liked Infamous. It was hard. That was the great time of when people argued about what 2 games to buy.
Yeah.
And that was Infamous or Prototype. That was which one are we getting?
Oh yeah.
Are you a Prototype man or are you an Infamous man? And I'm like, I'm buying both.
Both are pretty good, yeah. Honestly,
I was more into Prototype.
I liked Prototype too.
More into
I was 2 as in the series, not the second game. I did not like the second game, but the first game.
I never tried the second one.
It was so horribly written, and yet so fun.
Oh yeah,
like
the story did not matter. I just wanted to fucking like throw Granny across the fucking street.
Yeah. I loved that there
like
was
a Saints Row GTA thing to it.
The shit you could pull was so bullshit. I loved it.
Oh, it was. There was that one mission.
Just eat this person and steal their skin.
There's that one mission where you're driving the tank that you have to escort to whatever, and here's the dude literally story-wise asking himself, do the ends really justify the means? Am I a bad person? And I'm running over hundreds of innocent people at the same time, and it's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, did they not know what game they were writing for? Like, did they not see the gameplay where they wrote all this shit?
Not a fucking chance.
God, that is funny.
Because there's no way to not do it. You're driving the tank through like panicking New York. Civilians are running in front of you. You can't not kill people in that game. They're just everywhere. Like,
Holy shit.
there's nothing you can do. Like, I'm sure there's runs of Infamous where you can, but Prototype, that's a challenge. Like, not killing innocent civilians. Like, it's damn near impossible.
Yeah, it's true, because like Infamous had like the Paragon Renegade system, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but
Yeah, but in Infamous, you can't pick someone up and watch them ragdoll as you jump 50 feet into the air.
and throw them.
Yeah, and watch
That's
them
true.
bounce down the street. Like, it's so... Man,
And then
what a
eat-
dumbass game.
Eat grandma and then become grandma and throw other grandmas. Like,
Even had, like, the shittiest stealth system in
Oh,
the
that
world. You
sucked.
eat a soldier and walk into the base.
yeah.
Oh my god.
It was but the movement of it was so clean and felt so good.
Yeah, the gliding, the flying, the jumping.
That was the first
Yeah.
game.
I got really good at it.
Yeah, that was the first game I played that came close to like the Spider-Man 2 movement back in the day.
Right.
That was like
Uh-huh.
the first game that ever made you really feel like Spider-Man. And,
Yeah, I had that fucking game too.
Yeah, and
I remember having it too, yeah.
that shit, that every other one has sucked for the movement, but that one was pretty good. Not the PC version. Don't buy that. For whatever reason, that's an entirely different game.
Does the new Spider-Man suck? I haven't played that.
No, actually, the one for the PS4,
The
Yeah.
new one's badass.
the new one is
Oh, okay.
sick. It is the best.
Very
It's
clean.
better than 2. It is so
Way better than 2.
It is so good. It's very well written too. I was really invested in the different storylines they had because they nailed the whole. Not, it wasn't Disney Marvel like the quips all the time. It
Good.
was.
I'm sick of that.
It had a little bit of that, like mostly with the fighting, but that's what Spider-Man does. Spider-Man is
Yeah,
like
that's fine.
that's his thing.
Yeah.
But there was real emotional shit between the different antagonists, the different the relationships that he had with the antagonists, because in true Spider-Man fashion, he knows all of his villains, just like
Yeah.
all, you know. But they made them not suck, and it was great. The VA is fantastic. Miles is not forced. He's not a forced character in the first game, and in the second game he's great because he's the protagonist of the second game.
Yeah.
And he's fantastic. I mean, that game is as good as Into the Spider-Verse was as a movie.
Which I still haven't
Yeah,
watched.
I need to watch that too. It's fucking really good from what I've heard.
It's fantastic. I'll check.
And I've seen a lot of the scenes too.
I'll check and see.
Yeah,
if-
the game gave me like in terms of like story writing and shit, made me think of like the Amazing Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man series,
yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
I think those were really well done. I remember them being really good. It just
Oh,
felt
man,
fucking good.
That fucking intro theme for the '90s Spider-Man. That's
Oh,
fucking
dude, yeah.
down.
Yeah. I used to watch that shit on.
Yeah, radioactive Spider-Man, Spider-Man. That one and the X-Men theme. Oh my god, dude.
No, I remember the really shitty Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
The one where they're all pointing to each other.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that's the one, the fucking old one.
love
That's
that
the
one,
one I
dude.
68 Spider-Man.
That's the one I want.
That's what that is.
I actually didn't watch the 90s one that much.
Yeah, that one.
I watched that thing growing up.
Actually, you know what, Kaz? I'm thinking about it. If I can find it easily, we need to watch Into the Spider-Verse. That'll be sick.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would
love to watch that.
absolutely have
yeah.
no problem watching that again.
I grew up just watching this stupid ass, like, oh man, it's just a single picture sliding across the screen,
Yeah, there he goes.
swinging on a web.
Are you
There's
serious?
there was
It
some
literally says now in Technicolor, I'm pretty sure, in the intro.
that one and
Oh my
the
God.
Captain America from the '60s one is fucking hilarious because of how bad it is. Like it's just
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
it's- so
Pretty much.
I will never forget the phone call that Captain America gets from Enchantress, who puts her phone up to the mesmerizing ball, like over the phone, right? Like, and he's like, "Hello, who is this? Are you scared to speak? Oh no, Enchantress." Like, it's so fucking bad, but it's hilarious. Like,
Oh no.
and I need to find it. There's a clip of fucking the 60s Spider-Man, and the Goblin like drops a bomb off a roof, and Spider-Man uses his web to make a baseball bat and knock it back at him, and then it kind of hovers in front of his face, Looney Tunes style, and is like, "Oh no!" and then it just explodes.
It's so good. I love it. Well, my type of brain is what happens when you grow up watching shit like that and the Looney Tunes and nothing else.
Yeah, just that type of dumb shit is. It's fantastic, but they did the '90s, and I'm not trying to just to act like super nostalgia time, but like that X-Men was pretty fucking good because it didn't treat the kids like idiots. You know, it was X-Men. Mm-hmm. That was pretty fucking X-Men. Other than Wolverine not killing people, that was about it. That's the only thing is that.
Oh well, yeah.
Wolverine didn't tear people apart, but. Other than that,
the world of superheroes really opened up when I watched 60s Spider-Man fucking make a fan boat out of web.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Spider-Man can do fucking anything.
He sure can. He's a Mario like type shit, dude. Like he can just do things that are just beyond comprehension.
Dude, I love 60s Spider-Man.
It's fantastic.
He's pretty good.
But he's
got radioactive blood.
The four superhero shows that people were like super into was the original Batman, not the original, but the 90s Batman.
Like I like the Batman with the red sky or whatever.
Yeah,
I always think of that sky.
I always forget the actual title, you know, the Batman or whatever.
I think it's just like animated series, but I have no idea.
The Warner Brothers one, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I loved it.
There was that
Batman,
one,
the animated series.
Yeah, that one was big. I'm not a huge fan of Batman, which actually led me to love Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was sick.
I could see that.
Batman Beyond's also just good.
Yeah, Batman Beyond was so fucking good.
I grew up with that shit too, man.
Like that was I remember it was coming on, and my cousins were gonna watch it, and I'm like, I don't want to watch fucking Batman. Like I'm probably too old for this shit or whatever, right?
Gay.
Yeah, I was like I'm too old for this shit, and Batman's I've never liked Batman. And then I saw the intro to the show.
Yeah.
And I just kind of sat down on the couch.
Yep.
I was like, there it is.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like, that's
I was just gonna say.
That's good. Yeah, that's who was that? Who's that? What is that? And they're like, that's Terry McGinnis. And I'm like, well, I like Terry McGinnis. Like, I'm cool with Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. I did like him as an MC.
Yeah, he was good. The X-Men obviously cartoon, the 90s one, and the Spider-Man 90s one, despite the fact that it seemed like it was always very jerky, like the animation was sped up, which I always was a little weirded out by, but it was still just non-stop fun, like junk
miles
food.
Better than the fucking 60s Spider-Man.
Yeah, as a show, it's not as hilarious, but
definitely not.
You know, all the bizarre ass memes that have come from that show, him sitting behind the desk, all the fucking.
Which is funny because I remember every single one of those scenes.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is when Spider-Man fights the Rhino. Yeah, and it's just the same animation of him going backwards and forth into a wall. It's so good.
Oh my god.
I love those shows, dude.
Classic.
Fucking made me really happy. I would always watch that shit like on, like, it was like the Warner Brothers like show in the morning, or like ABC Family had something.
WB.
It was like during that time.
That was
WB, yeah.
That was WB Kids. That's what that was.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah, I fucking love that shit.
Like,
yeah, WB Kids was the fucking shit, and then they like co-partnered with 4Kids too, I think.
I have snippets of time. I remember this because I did volunteer work at a fucking elementary school, and that's like they let them watch TV because God knows you don't want to deal with the kids. So
Right, absolutely.
sitting down from the TV. So I remember those.
Who the hell got to watch TV at school? What the hell?
Oh, after school shit. That's what I'm talking
It
Oh,
was
about.
after.
okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was always
after
like
school.
after like 3.
After
and either
school
watch it for,
or
like, hour
before
or 2.
school or weekend shit, because I guess, and I always felt bad for them because they were like in school on the weekends because their parents were working, but at the same time I was like, well, I guess it's better than Sunday school.
Oh,
They
definitely.
could
Yeah.
have sent them there.
Yeah, it's way
And-
better than Sunday school.
And you can't watch Batman Beyond at fucking Sunday school.
Fuck
No,
no.
I don't think so.
I don't
Fuck
think
no.
so.
You get to read the fucking Bible and then talk about it.
Not unless Jesus himself was there. Not watching that.
Yeah, I was not
Yeah, right.
subjected. To,
Oh yeah, right.
I was not. I was thankfully not subjected to Sunday school. I come
Jesus would like Batman Beyond.
I was at one point,
I
but
come,
I only did it for like a few chapters.
I come from a secular household, for those who don't know, so I don't have a religious background like at all. And there is experiences that people have told me about like Sunday school and all that shit where I think I would have just flipped out. I would have gone crazy. I would have looked
Yeah.
I would have looked possessed if so, because I mean the way that I was raised and my inherent, I guess, obstinance to life. Just fuck you at every point in time. You know, my dad would have told me in those situations, don't let those people tell you what to fucking do or any of that. If I was in, oh man, that would have been really bad. If anybody was just like that. Oh my God. And I'm super argumentative too. And I was arguing at 10 years old about the relevance of God. And that's a bad thing. That's not a good thing when a 10-year-old does that.
Yeah, that's not what you
You
want to hear.
Well, and I grew up in a pretty conservative neighborhood, you know. So pretty much all the friends that I had were kids that went to church, and I didn't. I was
Right.
the only fucking one within like a square mile of kids that didn't go to one of the 2 churches in the area, and that's not even including when I lived in the swamp. So when I was in the swamp, that was a little different. But when we got to that middle upper class things, that my dad's job, which I've told you about, it was huge. It was a huge change. And then all these kids are like, you know, talking about. Some of them were talking about what they did at church. You know, like right in front of me, and I'm like, okay. And they're
What are you
and
talking about?
yeah, I'm
that?
like I don't know what any of that is, right? And then they're like, well, which
Who gives
one?
a shit.
Yeah, they're like, well, we don't see you at Church Dragon. I'm like, yeah, I don't go. We don't go. We don't do that. And they're like, what do you mean? Like that was like a completely foreign concept to them. So it was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I
And
could
then
see that.
and then it became the thing where like here I was, the atheist kid at 10 years old, because I
Holy shit.
knew the difference because I grew up in a secular household. And I just started arguing about it because I would actually have people come to me and start being like, you know, why weren't you at this or that? Or I heard you didn't believe in God, and like start a confrontation with me. That was a
Yeah.
thing that would happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've been through that.
Yeah.
Real shit.
So like it was a huge thing.
I remember when my grandmother showed up to my house with a missionary and made me read the Bible with him. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah,
I have shit to do.
What the fuck?
That's a little weird.
Oh, my dad
so
was so
mean.
fucking mad when he heard that. Because my mom let him in.
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to bother.
Oh man, my Baptist grandmother did that with one of my cousins, and my dad lost his mind. Oh man.
My dad was so pissed.
Well, and that's another
Dude,
thing.
that's
You know,
annoying.
religion
Fuck.
aside, you just don't do that with other people's kids. You do not.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, you don't come in there and then assert your values, whether they're religious or not. You don't just come in there and do that. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go. I
fucked
wouldn't go
up.
to somebody's house and be like, you know, I don't care if I knew the guy. Like if you know, I wouldn't go to my uncle's kids and just be like, well, you know, you don't have to listen to him about this stuff. You can say, I'm not going to do the dishes. You could do that. You know, I'd never say that to it.
No,
know,
you
like-
can't.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's
You just totally
ridiculous.
usurp her authority.
Yeah, like, you know, within reason, obviously.
It's just not right. Well, yeah, like I know what you mean though too.
And I don't know what kind of fucking church that praises God asks you to make fucking payments to it. That's not any church.
Oh yes, plant your seed. It's time.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Plant your seed and uh-huh.
Oh man.
I don't know what kind of
I-
grandparent brings a kid into the world to get money from them later in life. Like what?
Oh my.
Oh,
God.
a few of mine. Don't worry.
I know, like, die. Faster.
Rachel.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I
Man,
feel you.
I was raised with religion in my life, and like going back to the Sunday school thing, I had to do it, and I had to do it with my aunt and with my sister, my older sister, and her friend. And I actually kind of liked it at first. It was just kind of interesting reading the Bible and reading the stories in it. But then I would like we do the Sunday school thing after because we would study and then talk about it in the school or whatever. And it was just so fucking asinine. It was so bullshit because I was the only one talking, and like my sister and her friend were just giggling, not even really paying attention. And so like I just felt failed. I don't know. I was just like, this is stupid. I don't even want to do this because they don't care.
See,
Why should I care?
that story right there makes me think that if I was a Christian parent, I wouldn't send my kid to Sunday school because the last thing I want to do is make the Bible boring.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
You don't want to force the Bible onto your child
that
if you want to
seems-
interest them in it.
And that is not a call to anybody who might be watching that you need a youth group or that they should play rock and roll at the church. You're not making rock and roll or Christianity better. You're just making rock and roll worse. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that,
You're
please.
just wasting everybody's time.
No one cares. They don't want to see anybody come up there and be like, "Oh, my Jesus, can I get everybody from age 13 to 14 to raise your hands? Can I get all the girls? Can I get all the boys? Everybody?
Can I get your addresses? Hold on.
Mhm. Nobody wants any of that, please.
The pastor needs them.
My dad,
Yeah,
and there's
something.
positive things. I'm not gonna act like it's all negative. There was positive
I like
things
Skillet.
to a school that's got, or not schools, but like churches in general that do a lot of community shit. There's a lot of positive things to that.
Yep. Helps
hell,
build up a community.
I'd go if they were doing a communal barbecue at a Baptist church nearby. I'd fucking go. I'm not even gonna lie. I would go. I would eat the Jesus brisket. I would. I would do it.
It tastes
because
good, just like his body, probably.
just
I
like
wish
how-
I could have ate that shit.
I'll do that shit. In fact, if
Snort
I
the
was
body of Christ.
yeah, if I was the minister for that place, that's how I'd be trying to convert people. Just like start smoking up some real good food, bring them back, and just be like, "Yeah, you like that? Yeah, it's pretty good." Jesus spread the food among the people. Just that type of shit. But like,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, I bet you I'd get some people going, "God, that smells good. That smells like good barbecue." Like,
Oh, maybe I should just start coming here.
yeah, that's really good. That kind of thing. But there is a lot of communal stuff. My dad had a good relationship with his pastor when he was like 14 or 15 because all they did was play pool. They had a pool table in
that's
the
so
rec
cool.
center, and my dad was fascinated with pool. And the pastor never preached to him. He just talked to him and some of the other boys about like life stuff, and that's it. He never like made it a thing that they were at church. And so my dad suddenly enjoyed going, and then they moved away from that, and then the next guy was just a shithead, so he just started to hate church altogether. And by the time he was 16, he moved out of his place. He never went to church again. He lied to his mother for years about it, saying that he was, but he didn't. He never went to church again. That man has not been to church since he was 16 years old, like ever. So
Why would he ever go again?
yeah, no, he just lied about it. They're like, "Oh, did you join a good church?" I sure did. First Methodist. That's me. I went
God bless.
every Sunday. I'm pounding
Hallelujah,
the books.
baby.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. I love it. It's great. So
Oh God, dude.
that's what he did.
Bullshit.
So no, I didn't grow up in a home that had that. That's one of the things I joke with people about is
Oh yeah.
they always assume I have a bad relationship with my family, and it's true. I have a bad relationship with my family, but it has nothing to do with me being gay, religion, politics, anything like that. It is just they're straight up assholes. Like, that's, like
They're crazy people.
they have some crazy people. Not my dad. He's better now. If you're watching
That's
this,
good.
Dad, you're doing better, and I'm
You're watching this, Dad. Fuck you.
you're not the well, I'm not going best dad ever, but you did what you could, and I appreciate it. I
No one's
get it.
perfect.
No one's perfect. This will be the only episode he ever watched, and that's where I'm going to get the call and be like, "You're going to sit there on the internet and tell your life story and make people think I'm an asshole." I'm like, Dad, chill out. Like,
Listen, Dad.
it's just a show. It's
Listen,
just a
Dad.
show. It's just a show.
I'm the one who got my ass beat as a child
Uh-huh.
by you.
Oh my God.
They all do.
Let's see what Chad's doing here. My parents are now my kids' pastors at the church in a different city, but my younger siblings still go to the same church that I do. Would y'all believe me if I told you I was once a pastor? I mean, everybody's got a life prior to this, Pickle.
Yeah, everybody could.
Pickle,
I
can
believe
see
it.
that,
Why
dude.
not?
I remember when you were like into that shit. I do.
I was
Kaz,
once
you
I
need to
was once
stop.
a singer in a band. I was once a singer in a band. I was once a bouncer at a club. I was once a line chef. That sucked. A busser. I worked at Taco Bell once. That sucked too.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
like
that
that.
sucks.
By the way, if you
I used to
notice
make
that
boots
that
for the
resume
army.
that resume got worse and worse as it went along.
A little bit.
It's just getting to the I dug ditches. You know, I got fucking shot at. Not because I was in the military or anything, but you know, my
They just wanted me to test the bullets.
Holy shit.
They said the bullets already worked, but they just wanted to test them.
Uh-huh.
Just to make sure.
Just powerful, powerful stuff.
Powerful bullets.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Why do I have to stop? What's the issue?
What is he talking about?
That's not a bad tweet. That's a good tweet. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Let me see this tweet. What is it?
I don't know. I don't know the context. I don't really. No. Anyway. What was I gonna say?
Oh my God. I just realized what that is. I couldn't actually see what the GIF was until I clicked on the.
Yeah, you have to click on the quote.
Oh,
the thing
click
I
on
quoted.
it?
Yeah, you have to click on the thing I quoted.
That's
Oh my
Man,
God.
the people listening to this don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
the joke is come. That's it.
Basically.
that is the joke.
When is that not the joke?
That's true. It's always.
Hold on. I'm jizzing.
Hold on. Give me a second. By the way, Dylan, do you like the background for the podcast today?
Oh, actually, I need to like look at it because I had fucking it paused. So, oh my God.
You like that?
Oh shit, I love it, dude. It's fucking awesome.
I was really hoping you would laugh that way while looking at the picture. I was
Oh my God. Dude.
I was hoping beyond hope you would do it, and you did it, and I'm really fucking happy.
This is perfect. I'm glad like we're like an hour in and I just now saw what everyone's been looking at like the past 70 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I would have been so much more jubilant if I would have saw this earlier.
Jubilant. This man's got jubilation over here. He's jubilant.
Dark Souls
Oh,
joke.
I love that, dude.
Don't do that.
I love how Kaz is just like in a rocking chair.
I'm old.
He's got things to do.
I got
Yeah.
dementia.
I'm sitting there with my good posture and my laughing mouth.
Yeah. By the way, Chad.
Yeah, you look so prim and proper.
Some of the people here. We normally do different backgrounds to the podcast, but it's Mario who does them. And obviously Mario's not here, so I had to do it. So I just reused an old one, just slapped on the dolphin head.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, where you are, Dylan, used to be Mario.
Yeah, that was Mario's head, and I just slapped that on there.
It was Fisterby.
This is fucking Sesame Street.
No.
Don't hug me, I'm scared.
Yeah, this is a whole like series on the internet. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay,
And
good.
it's great, and I recommend it to everybody.
Needs
Very
its
powerful.
placement swap with. Oh yeah.
It's fantastic.
I think like hold on, let me see. Let me like unpause it. Like it'd be cool if like maybe like if Mario ever came on, we put him on the TV. Oh no, wait, is that Whoopi?
That's Whoopi.
Oh, never mind, Whoopi's there.
Yeah, Whoopi's
Yeah,
in
never-
the
we gotta
Whoopi's
have-
in the TV. Well, no, we don't
gotta
all
have
we
Whoopi
don't reuse these. We normally do a different one every time, and in this particular case, Mario wasn't here, and I was like, okay, we got to get this done earlier in the day, and I'm sure Kaz and I could have come up with something better, but I was like, no, fuck it. When Kaz was just like, just put Dylan over Mario somewhere, and I picked this one and put on the dolphin.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, I'm not on my computer yet. You do it.
Yeah, you do it. And that's what I did. And this is the result of that conversation.
Oh my
You
god.
do it.
I like that we have like these ongoing jokes just running.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what it looks like? It looks like Dragon's in the grandpa chair while he tells us like about the war stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
seventh time in a row, you've heard that. Yeah,
He's
there's
For
telling
the
us about
seventh time
Nom.
today.
he's gonna be like, you know what I always say, everything, over and over again, but nobody listens to me. Yeah, that's great, Dragon. But if they don't listen, no one listens. I'm always right. Yeah, that's great, Dragon.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
I love your stories, Grandpa.
Yeah, even if I hear them 6 times in a row, I do that a lot just because I forget what audience I'm talking to. I'm either talking to a new
Yeah.
group in a stream, or I'm talking to different friends or different people, and I just
Are you
forget.
talking
Like,
to us for the 70th time?
yeah, I'm like, did I tell them this one? Yeah, probably. Or I get that really bad impulsion. You're gonna get this when you're older. When something becomes relevant to you and you have a story about it, you just gotta tell it, even if they've heard that 3 years ago. You just have to, because you're like, aha, this thing that happened to me is relevant right fucking now.
Makes so much sense to the situation.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
hear it.
you gotta
gotta
hear
listen
it,
to
even if you've heard it, and even if I know I've said it before. And shout out to Dad. You do that every phone call.
He's
Every,
awesome.
he needs to tell you about it, and he needs to explain it from his point of view,
Oh yeah,
Again.
no.
even if you were there.
Even if I was there,
Again.
which is normally the case, I was there. You're not gonna believe this. Yeah, I'm not gonna believe this for the 8th time. I know.
Dude,
And I do the same thing.
no.
I do the same exact
Yeah.
fucking thing. Like,
I'm like the perfect for you. I'm like the perfect one for you guys because like I love like pretending that like I've never heard it before sometimes, and I'm just like, oh yeah, really? Like wow.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I do that for like games too, or like when I'm streaming, like I'll like test the game and shit. But then I'll like broadcast it like I've never seen any of this shit before.
There's a lot of streamers that do that.
Expert manipulator.
No, I try not to be, but like yeah, I just like to make it cool. Put on a show.
Here we go. I'm gonna ignore everything else everyone else said in chat and focus on the one compliment I got.
Oh hell yeah!
From Sinless.
Frank story
I'm
time.
glad you think so, Sinless.
Yeah.
I
It is.
sometimes I got some good ones, but the really good ones have already been told, which is why I have a pretty bad personality of getting into trouble. I don't like making up stories. I want to find a new one, and that's why when I go out into my life, and if I see somebody arguing at a Walmart, I get involved because it might make a good story later. Like, that is something I do, and I hate that. I hate that. I hate that I'm like that, because I'm just like, oh, look, there's a problem. Let's go be a part of it.
Let's go make it worse.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, so
Yeah, well, that's fine, Sif, but at least we're talking. Fuck you. Sitting there getting mad at whatever game you're playing. At least we're powwowing, you bastard.
low Civ. But like he does do that sometimes.
You're one of those people that has the birth defect that makes them run towards strange loud noises instead of away. It depends on what it is. If it's like a mountain
crack
lion,
addict.
yeah, if it's a mountain
Oh,
lion in the
yeah.
woods, I'm not walking towards that. I'm leaving. Like,
Do you know how fucking scary mountain lions
Oh,
sound
I sure
in the
do.
middle of the fucking night? It's
I
terrifying.
sure
you can't,
fucking do.
God.
You can't run towards that. It's like a woman being stabbed to death.
It's horrific.
It's a blood-curdling scream like you've
It's
never heard
bad.
before.
It's really bad. Techie just walked in the door.
Dude.
Hello, Tech. He just says hello, I love you, and then goes off to some other thing. That's just
Anyways.
yeah, that's what he does. It's just fucking foxes scream like that too. Yeah, foxes do it too, but mountain lions are very specific noise.
Sound human.
It sounds human, and it sounds like the kind of it's the kind of sound effects from a horror movie where like something is running towards you. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
And there's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like 911 calls happen all the time because they think someone's being murdered.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fucking mountain lion.
I don't even blame him.
Damn.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, it does.
If I didn't know
Sounds
mountain
proper.
lions scream like that, I would have called 911 too. Shit.
Yeah. God.
Oh, Sif's right
Of
about
course,
that.
there's always that one time.
Sif's right.
Wait, what?
Sif's right. What Sif said, he's right. I'm gonna get
Let's
got.
go.
Y'all are terrified of skinwalkers. Y'all keep talking about skinwalkers all the time.
They're coming.
They're not.
I saw like this one fucking like creepy video where they like had one show up and it was like a Reddit like story creepy video thing. It was like had a little animation and everything to it.
Sure.
It was fucking gross though.
Are you sure it wasn't an SCP?
The only problem I have with skinwalkers is like, why do they take it so seriously? Even in the modern day, is it really like even the kids take it seriously? Like, why?
That's just part of the culture. That's just what
I don't know, man. They know something I don't.
SCP.
SCP, you know, like the thing that started as a game thing with the horror indie game, and then now it's like a database online where people put up stories that get approved that are like spooky or weird, and it's
it started out as a database.
It started out as a database. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was the game first. Well, I
No.
learned something. Don't you have a Skinwalker story? No, I have a different story, and I'm not telling it at the moment. But it's not Skinwalkers.
That one's creepy.
That's a Florida one, and I'm not telling that.
Yeah,
I tell that story like
that one's a story.
I don't.
Not good.
I tell that story like once a year. I'm not. I don't like that story. It puts me in a weird mood. I don't like that one.
Mean, dude. Yeah, I don't blame you. Because that one is a freaky one.
I don't like that one.
And not for
moving on. Moving on. No, I like native folklore too. So I think my problem is that I'm Irish, and our folklore involves unicorns, pissed off fairies, weird dead priests, and some lizard people.
It's not a good time.
It's and our folklore is like
Potatoes.
more lesson-y type, but weird lessons because it comes from insular Christianity mixed with paganism. So they don't always hit the mark on what it's supposed to mean. Much like German stories, which all come down to you should have listened to your parents. No matter what. That's it. No matter what.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. No matter what.
A lot of the Filipino folklore monsters are like, no, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
There's no story to be learned here.
Yeah, there's no lesson.
That giant hairy man sitting under a tree smoking a pipe, don't talk to him. Never speak to that man.
Yeah, don't do that. Spooky.
Yeah, I really
if you saw a horse in the woods, turn your shirt inside out, or else you'll be lost forever. Like, why? Who the hell came up with this shit?
That's almost like the Kelpie of Ireland.
Yeah.
The one.
My dad did see a horse one time after he got lost in the woods, in a part of the woods that used to be right outside his house.
Oh man. German stories are weird
talk
too.
About folklore too.
So. Yeah, German stories are like, oh yes, and the little boy and the little girl went into the woods where they were murdered because they did not listen to father. The end.
Now don't eat candy.
Yeah, like that's it. Like that's German stories, like in a nutshell. You know, like.
Yeah.
The prince went to the castle and saw that the princess was ugly. Which means you must always go for good genes. The end.
And everyone died.
And they're all dead. They died of their lonely sadness in the middle of the woods.
You're going to die too.
And you will die too soon. Now hop on the train.
That was entertaining. Now please face the wall.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what you get out of those. I think what's really funny, and I know my buddy, if he's listening, he'll grin to this, is the differences between certain creatures in different cultures that share them, like trolls. Trolls trolls have a Scandinavian origin, and they're all incredibly different depending on who you're talking to.
Yep.
Norwegian trolls, like Sinless can attest to, they turn to stone, like we know from like the Lord of the Rings thing. They turn to stone, they eat people, they smell Christian blood, they're horrific in almost every way. And they just suck. Danish trolls are little short people with donkey tails that will sometimes show up to your farm and do your work for you. And if you pay them, they might come back.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're nice. They're just not. They're little.
Oh.
They're little people that have little villages, and
Well,
they're fine. They don't do
little
anything.
helpers.
They don't die in the
Yeah.
sunlight, and they don't smell Christians.
They're
And
just this funny little man that
they're
comes
just they're
by.
fun. They're funny little people, you know. But then again, the Danish have the bad elves. The bad elves are bad.
I love how you said that.
Well,
Bad
because
elves.
you walk through the woods and you hear a tune playing in your ear, and it's the elves of the wood, and their intention is to make you dance to death because they think it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
So
Like
That
a
sounds
really
pretty funny.
badass skull kid.
yeah, like that's what they do, and that's the and then they eat you afterwards, which I think is irrelevant because
Of
they just made
course.
you dance to death. So what do you care what happens after that? But
You're not gonna have
Oh,
a
yeah, you're
proper
dead.
Christian burial.
yeah, well, that's true. You're not gonna have a
right.
proper. You're not gonna have the proper burial, and you're also going to be aware that you were no longer in control of your body, and that you will eventually have a heart attack and die. Like, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but what if you do like a sick break dance?
Your meat's gonna be so
That's true. If you do
tough.
impress them, I wonder what happens there. If you can do.
Oh yeah, right.
If
Maybe
there
we
was-
become them.
Yeah, some Viking that just walked past the elves and he started breakdancing. They'd be like, "Oh shit, let that guy go. I want him to come back. That was sick." Does anyone know how to do that? That's nuts, dude.
It's fucking badass.
I'd like to think that certain types of dancing that we attribute to like the decades of this century, I would like to think that those are just recreated through time. Like just somebody in Egypt was breakdancing and they just didn't have a word for it. They just thought that was cool.
An ancient Greek twerking.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, something like that. You know. Like
Holy
it's
What a,
all
great,
just-
what a great visual.
like nothing is new and it's all recycled, and you know, but I would love the idea of just just this Viking dude who was like, it's time to
Hark,
break down.
Hark, the wench Marion doth break it down on the floor.
Oh my god.
No, I love that.
That'd be great.
That does sound pretty amazing.
Sounds like
honestly.
I don't
ergot
know.
poisoning.
I don't know what ergot poisoning is.
I've heard of that, but also rye bread does that. It doesn't. It probably
It
won't-
makes you dance forever.
No, it gets you can hallucinate from rye bread if it's old. If you get old, and it's kind of tough to when. I mean, when you're poor, you don't really have the choice, and you pick off as much of the mold as you can, and you eat it. But apparently, it can lead to some pretty severe hallucinations. So,
Yeah.
and there are
Alright.
mushrooms in Scandinavia, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. I'm pretty sure just those countries that have mushrooms there that are both amazingly delicious and extremely hallucinogenic, and also dangerous. There's some there that they don't even have a cure for it. If you eat it, you're dead. You're just dead.
Great.
Oh shit.
Because you're probably not going to get to a place to get stomach pumped fast enough. Like that's how toxic it fucking is.
God damn.
Yeah, but what like a minute you got?
Yeah, but the other ones that are, I you know, being an American, the type of shrooms that I was exposed to were not that amazing. You know, just because of how it is. But my Danish buddy is like, yeah, we got one here that's pretty intense. And I was like, how intense? And he
Whoa.
goes, I hope you don't have any plans for the week.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Might as well
like
be the rest of your
Holy
life. You're gonna
fuck.
die.
yeah, it's powerful. They're like, yeah, it takes like 3 or 4 days to fully drop out of your system.
Jesus.
I know,
So
like,
you're-
I heard, like, some friends talk about it, and they're like, yeah, dude, like, would you be able to, like, babysit me, like, while I took these shrooms? I was like, what?
I don't
Hey,
want
what
to
are
do
you talking
that.
about?
I don't want to do that. How about we just chain you to the bed like a werewolf and I just leave? How about that? Like, no.
I'm, like,
actually,
afraid that,
they
like-
can't. Yeah, they're gonna chew through their arm. I can't. I
You
can't.
I love-
have to watch them.
My favorite story is, like, someone, like, on acid or on shrooms, and they fall over, and they think they're, like, a glass of OJ, and they're just like, I'm spilling!
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Oh no.
No!
The best shroom moment was probably me walking out in negative 25-degree weather and nothing but shorts, boots, and a t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, that felt so good on my skin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Peyote's pretty popular out here for obvious reasons.
I mean, it sounds sick.
Peyote is probably one of the most mild but longest lasting hallucinogenics you can get your hands on, like, reasonably. It's not going to make you pour Cheeto dust on your face and call God. That's not what it's going to do.
I would not want to do that.
It will make you lay in bed like the opiate it is and just kind of go for a ride and be okay with it. You're just like, oh, here we go. You're not going to the protein dimension, but you've booked a flight. And you just kind of you're looking through the brochure of the protein dimension, like.
Oh my god.
You're
sounds like a
thinking
good
about
time.
It. Yeah, it can be. It
Does
can.
sound kind of nice.
But
you know,
it can't.
It
It does sound like it can go wrong.
It depends.
Much like any drug.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I don't advocate the use of these things.
Oh, not at all.
We're just talking about the experience, so people can know and be yeah. Don't do it.
Oh yeah. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. Don't do that.
Drugs aren't real.
Eat tacos.
Maybe they won't be after you take them. This shit's fucking unreal, dude. Oh my god.
Shit.
I can taste colors.
Is this what made Mary look at you? No, that actually was straight up acid, and I was very young. Not very young. I was a teenager.
3 years old.
I was,
the
yeah,
right
I
tender
was
age.
3 years old. No, I was a
so
teenager, and I took some acid, and it took like an hour to kick in, and I was at my buddy's place, who was like they had like Catholic shit all over the place because they were Mexican.
Oh yeah.
And I was prepared totally for like a ride, and it never came, at least while I was aware of it. And suddenly while I'm sitting there, I look over, and the Mother Mary statue just looks at me.
Jesus.
And I was done. I said, I gotta go. And so I was prepared. Dude, I was prepared to see like this void creature come out of the wall, and I was ready for that. I could deal with that, but I could not deal with Mother Mary just leaning her head and looking at me like it was nothing. And I just stood up and said, I'm going home. And I went home, and my bed was just a mattress on the floor that didn't have a sheet on it, so it had like that floral arrangement those cheap old mattresses used to have. And I watched the roses and flowers coil around it, and I knew if I laid down in that bed, they were going to kill me, even though I knew none of this was real. So I sat in my chair and just waited for the effects to wear off, because even though I knew none of it was real, I wasn't laying in that bed. That was just going to give me a bad time. No matter what.
Suicide in your head.
That
basically.
sucked. I did not want to do that. Like that.
God, that sounds terrifying. Yeah, I've never done like.
Do not do
anything like
acid.
that.
Bad.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds.
Bad.
The most I've ever done is like Billy says, the Mary Jane. And I'm like, it's
I used to be. I would.
not super bad.
I like to do it right before I went to bed. I wasn't smoking at parties or anything like that, because I just didn't. I wanted to relax, and it was a very good relaxer for me. And now that it's legal in my state, I plan on doing that again. But it was very nice to just go outside, roll something up, smoke that, walk inside, lay down, and just chill. That was
Meanwhile, me over here.
yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Let's
Poking
fucking
it
go.
Yeah, my dogs are barking my bed.
That's fine.
Oh, you're good, dude.
I haven't done anything incredibly like dangerous or strong. Just like the ones where I go, yeah, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Like I've never done acid, I've never done crack or heroin, thank God.
No, I've never done.
But
that.
like
Oh, dude, you should have. Okay.
a little bit of the Michael Jackson, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of the Mario mushroom, why not?
I've never been. Yeah, like I'm not a shrooms guy. I never was really into that.
Dude, that was one of the hardest I've ever laughed, was that day I took them the first time.
Oh yeah.
Because we were at my friend's cottage and it was winter. And we were just in this nice little cottage in the woods. Fireplace was on. We were just fucking laughing our heads off.
I'm jealous of that. I did that. I actually today, and I'm embarrassed about it. Today,
Do tell.
you know when something just kind of hits you, like you just think it's the funniest thing you've ever seen in your entire fucking
Oh
life.
yeah.
And it only lasts like 5 minutes. After that, you don't even know why you did it. You just whatever.
Yeah.
That tweet I made today where I said I wish this was my pre-roll ads, and it was that fucking Aqua Teen where it was like, welcome to this horse's anus. Like just that. I was laughing about that to the point I was having trouble breathing while I was trying to cook my fucking lunch too, and I just couldn't stop laughing at it. Like the more I thought about it, the funnier it got.
That's so fucking funny.
And I couldn't deal with it. I haven't laughed that fucking hard since that gif that Sif put up of the dude farting on his roommate's door again. Ha.
Oh yeah. Farting on my roommate's door again.
Did you see it? On the left side of the door frame. Like, geez, why is it gotta have that wobbly voice too? That whatever filter that is. No one knows what I'm talking about in chat, but believe you me, it's a great video.
Sounds fucking awesome. It makes me think of when I was streaming Final Fantasy 1 this one time. And like, oh wait, you say a bad word in it. But like, it's a sleeping bag. And like, we're like more like sleeping. And the cat, like, I like made this face on stream. And like, I'm like, ah! Like,
absolutely.
cat's just rolling.
Things just
Oh,
hit
dude,
you.
I felt like I was gonna throw up that night. I was laughing so hard. I was sweating. I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
I'll have to like link it or something later. This shit's hilarious.
That
God damn.
It's hard to pinpoint one of like the most I've ever laughed in my life.
Oh man.
It's hard to pinpoint, but I do know. I was also laughing this morning at all those millennial parents. I said this in Dylan's stream. All those millennial parents that are dreading the Paw Patrol movie because they're trying to actively keep their kids from learning about its existence so they don't have to go.
Oh my God, yeah.
And that's hilarious to me.
That's so stupid.
That's so funny. And what's even funnier is like you go on Twitter and you look at the trending of it and find it. You're just like, okay, so what cops are bastards meme is happening with Paw Patrol? Like, why is that trending? And it's all these scared parents, but at the same time, the parents are talking about the plot and being like, when did they add the cats? I don't understand any of this. What is this type? You know, like, oh, this or. You know, oh, my favorite one is this, but the other ones can just die in a fire. And I'm like, dude, it's a fucking kid show. Like, chill out. Like,
dude, holy shit.
And all that matters is the kid is happy. I had a cousin that watched.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Grim Grinning Ghosts on VHS over and over again. He must have, dude, the fucking tape must have been worn out by the time he was like 5. Like he just,
Grim Grinning Ghosts?
Grim Grinning Ghosts. It's a song from one of the Disney Haunted Mansion rides.
Oh.
And it's actually like, it's weirdly remixed and dubstepped on the internet. And I only know that because Noor was playing it on his Saber Beat game. And I was blown away by that. But it's a really bizarre little song, but he loved it, man. And that's just what kids get, just attached to something. And as long as they're sitting there happy, then fucking what do you care?
Yeah.
Watch another stupid episode
absolutely.
of Paw Patrol and just be happy they're not tearing your house apart.
Right,
Like,
yeah. Dude, it just makes you think of like when my dad would take me to go see like the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. Yeah, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, he doesn't want to be there really. But does it make me happy? Hell the fuck yeah.
Yeah.
like,
All that
shit.
matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, just what? Yeah, that's. I don't care if it is stupid. Let
It's
them
just
enjoy
like
it.
something you do as a parent.
Kids
I
are
guess.
stupid. They watch stupid things. Just enjoy it. Though I
absolutely.
did love the picture of the full ass grown man who's looking at himself in the mirror and he's like, "You're the parent. You're in charge. You don't have to watch another episode of Paw Patrol. You can tell them no." Like he's trying to psych himself up in the mirror.
Dude, I know
But
that
you know he was gonna watch another episode of Paw Patrol.
he's gonna probably fall asleep.
Yeah, that kid's gonna
Like
look
it-
up and just start throwing a fit, and you're like, all right, fine, God, just stop,
Fuck. Like, damn it, I can't say that.
please.
Shut up.
It's just how it is, but I don't know. You can't put a price on the 4-year-old's joy, and also they're not, taking Hershey's chocolate and throwing it all over your fucking kitchen. You can't put a price on that.
You can't, dude.
So I feel bad if I had a kid in my house that was trying to watch those shows too, because I'd critique it. I'd watch it, but I would critique it constantly
Oh, dude, yeah.
and be like, well, that just doesn't make any sense. Just that. type of girl.
Yeah.
Why don't they just stack the boxes? These kids are stupid. Don't be like these kids. This is what you got to do.
You're telling me this puppy can drive a car? Get out of here.
This is outrageous. Like I can't.
Telling me
yeah,
a shrimp fried
it's
this
like
rice?
really funny, like watching a show with a kid and just being like, well, why don't they just do this? It's like, well, no, like whatever.
If he was
like,
truly a dog, he should have a different type of steering wheel. He wouldn't have. See, this doesn't even make any sense. Just like that type of crap, which is.
Yeah, and it's like you're like talking so many words. Like if they're like a really young kid, it'll just like go over their head, kind of.
Well, and that's important. That's I thought one of the funniest things I saw was that one dude with his baby girl. She couldn't have been older than like 1. And he's just talking to her, and she's responding to him in like inflections and shit. Nothing she says is intelligible because she's a baby, but she's just sitting there going, just like that, like it's having a conversation, and that's so important for the communication skills development. Just talk to them. Just talk to kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They get better at it like every fucking time. And that one that's making the round of that little kid who's got McDonald's burger. And the burger doesn't have anything on it except just the burger meat and the bun. And the little kid opens up the burger and goes, they didn't put salad on it. And she's like, what you mean? They didn't put the salad on it. There's nothing on there? No. What's on there? Just the bread, the ham, and the bun. That's crazy. You can see this like little 3-year-old who's like, that's crazy.
Just see him just like tune out his fucking like gears, man.
But you could tell that he was just or he or she was, I couldn't tell honestly, but you know that they were channeling mom because she had talked to him so often.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like just I'll have to find that and show you guys because
those are like the golden moments.
It's really fucking adorable, and B, it's that's a glimpse. That little Italian girl that made the rounds of her like she just started speaking Italian, but of course she does the hand movements of Italian people, and she can't fucking be older than 4. So her hands are moving around.
That's what she's observed.
Yeah, like she's observed, but it's hilarious because she's sitting there like, oh my god, could you go to grazie, but and like grilling the fucking father, and he's going, well, how could I pursue you? But like that, she's like, no, I can't go to throwing her hands in the air and everything, and it's hilarious of just
God.
But that's why it's so important to talk to your kids because that's how they develop.
That's how they grow.
Yeah, they mimic you. So you have, of course, that's where you have to be careful what you say, because then you'll get that other one of the girl who's got her dad's phone. This is like 20 years old. He's got dad's phone, and she's walking around the house pretending to talk into it, and she goes, yeah, and then quietly goes, shit. Like just right there, like a big sigh and then shit. Like,
she said exactly like how I would.
Yeah, just whoops. Yeah, whoopsie daisies. Mom's gonna be mad about that one, and that's why it's so fucking important. You have to talk to your kids. You have to talk to them.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's fun too as well. Like they'll listen to every word you say too.
I guess.
And,
yeah.
You can kind of talk to them about anything, even though they probably won't get it really.
I don't know.
But like, it's still. I don't know. I would do that.
You have to make them not afraid of the conversation.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's a big part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that and this is of course I'm biased because in my life, coming from super Irish home and shit, in my life communication is everything. If you can tell a good story, that's just as good as bringing home an A+ on your math test. Like that is just as good. So we put a huge emphasis on can the child communicate properly. And so I would too. That's just what I was raised to do is like, no, speak and get this and make get contact and this is how you do a handshake and this is how you do this and that.
Firmly grasp it.
Yeah, firmly grasp the hand. Get in there, and that's a big deal.
I always do that shit. I always fucking grasp that shit and give them a up down.
and they
my parents were always like, why the fuck aren't you smarter?
Oh my god!
Like I'm already reading at a college level. I'm like 3.
I'm
Fuck
trying.
You. Why aren't you smarter?
I don't give a shit if you can't talk to anybody. What the fuck does this test say?
Yeah,
I'm so
that's
sorry.
that's the difference between the white guy family too, because the white guy family will have the dad make the comment, "You're too smart for your own fucking good." Like that's what you get out of white
No,
people.
instead I got, why the fuck aren't you smarter?
Yeah, you get the other
I'm
one,
so
dude.
Why are you so
sorry, bro.
stupid?
I'm on the other side of the world on that one too.
You
Yeah.
should have your
Like,
you and your smart fucking mouth, you know, fucking you dumbass or whatever, you smart ass, and I just feel
Yeah.
well, it's better than
dude, yeah, I remember my mom's like, because I'm like so good with computers. She's like, okay, don't hack into the bank now or anything. I was like,
Oh yeah,
what
that's
the
how it
fuck?
works.
What?
You're right, mom. I won't hack into the bank.
That was so funny, thank you.
Yeah. It's just perspective. It's just how it is. I used to. My dad did not believe me for the longest time because I told him, I was like, you know, I've been clocked at like 100, 110 words per minute. You know, proper typing, punctuation, all that shit. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, look, just because you chicken peck at the keyboard does not mean that I chicken peck at the fucking keyboard. And he's,
yeah.
I chicken peck at the keyboard.
nah, man, not me.
Do one finger at a time.
No.
I use 4 fingers.
I do. I just don't do what you should do, but I like made my own fucking style of it. I don't know. I just fucking
I
do it.
am.
I don't.
I am.
I should have
y'all
proper
seen
technique.
it. Y'all seen me do the paragraphs immediately. You've seen me. You've seen that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're way faster typing than I am. Anyway, I would believe you.
No,
And I
tell
just
you,
leave spelling errors in because I don't give a shit.
it depends.
You know
on
what I
how-
Sometimes I
said.
don't care. It just depends.
It depends.
Unless it's completely illegible because autocorrect sucks dick,
Yeah.
then I'll fix
Yeah.
it.
It depends if yeah, if I I'll do a thing. Where
Sometimes I'll misspell it for the message.
I'll misspell a word so badly that it can't recognize what it was supposed to be. So I'll just come up with a new word, or I'll change how the sentence is structured. So
Yeah.
it's not. I don't use that word anymore. I just use a different word.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, miscellaneous, different.
Anyways,
I nailed it. No,
Yeah. God, I always like try my best to like spell it out and try to like spell it right, but like, so much
I'm not.
work.
I'm not a very good speller, but I can type really fast, and that's.
I'm a
Yeah,
very
I'm
good-
so glad autocorrect exists.
I'm a very good speller.
I am. We got
That's
yeah.
good.
I can do it. I can do it when I need to, but when I don't know, when I get into certain words, when I sound it out in my head, is not apparently how English works. So I have that.
Oh yeah.
There are like specific trick words that get everybody,
Uh-huh.
but like usually I'm pretty good with it.
Mm-hmm.
I just have really fat fingers.
There's that problem. I don't know. I type fast. I learned
Eat ass.
type fast, eat ass.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how I learned to do it. It was more like probably video games, being able to type codes out,
Yeah.
and communication,
like
and
reading the stories and shit.
that's well, not reading. That wasn't. Reading was different for me, because reading and writing is a thing. Funny enough, I was really, really good at math up until about 3rd or 4th grade, and I was not a very good reader, like at all, reader or writer at all. And then whatever happened, something flipped, and
Just switch
suddenly,
gears.
suddenly I could read and write anything I wanted to, and my math sucked ass. My math dropped
Yeah.
through the floor, like it was.
I got
it
to
was
be
bad.
like that too.
No, what happened was I was, as like a really, really young kid, I was like, oh boy, drawing's really cool. As soon as like 2nd or 3rd grade, I was like, can't fucking draw a stick figure. You want me to do this math problem for you or read this book? Whatever.
Yeah, I can't do art either.
I can't draw nothing.
I
but
can't.
art?
You best
Oh,
believe
I-
I can do that math
I
problem.
don't know. I've never fucking. I've always kind of sucked at it.
Yeah, I'm not an artsy guy. I have.
Oh man, what's everybody reading in class? I'm reading a book about rocks.
Yeah, nice.
I think it's cool.
The most creative I am is like with video editing or something like that.
Well, yeah, that kind of thing I can do, but I can't. I never do it, but I can do it, and I can make it fun and whatever. But I think the biggest thing, I'm a really good writer. I can word out what needs to be done. A lot of that comes from my social ability and how I think normal people interact. I can write really well. I
Yeah.
cannot, for any situation, draw something out. No matter how much I can put my image on the paper, I know what I'm supposed to be drawing. I just can't do it. My hands will not let me do it. I got a nerve thing too, so it just says nope.
Oh shit, yeah. That's
You can't do that. So
Hey, Spacewalk.
That's what I have learned.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I've always.
they thought
Oh,
I was they legit thought that I was like gifted in math until suddenly I wasn't. And now in my life I am one of the worst fucking I can't even divide on paper properly. I can't remember how to do it. I just
I
can't.
remember you talking about that.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I fall apart. So
It's fucking weird.
gifted with
Like,
the
at
big
least
gay,
like whenever
got
I
him.
did it in school, it was fucking weird. Oh yeah, got him.
History was
What?
easy because it was already there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. All you
never-
gotta do is read it.
You just read it.
Like-
It's the answers are there. You don't even have to figure anything out. You literally just
Yeah.
fucking.
You just gotta find when it happened. Really, it's about the tricky part.
Yeah, history's.
I only remember
love
the parts of
history.
history that were cool, so I didn't do too well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I guess that's more. Yeah. I mean, it's always about interest. I wasn't interested in math either, so of course I wasn't good at it.
Mhm.
I wasn't
So-
interested in math either. It just came to me easy.
It came
Yeah.
to me easy too until like I got into algebra and shit.
No,
Or
algebra
until-
was super easy,
Or until no, algebra was easy, but then I went to geometry
which was
and
even
then I went
easier.
back to algebra or algebra 2 and I was like, I
Electric Boogaloo.
don't remember what to do.
Oh yeah, remembering the rules is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, like that was my whole thing. And then like the teacher like wasn't really like that receptive of it. It was a teacher where you had to like talk to him, and he was this old white dude that was bald, and he was kind of like, so I just didn't really want to. He wasn't really approachable. He wasn't really like I didn't really want to talk to him. No one wanted to talk to him.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, having a
I
bad
just
teacher
didn't.
sucks. Yeah. I had a
and
couple
so
of
I
those.
just fucking failed that shit. Well, actually, I didn't really fail it, but like I eventually did college algebra and passed that shit. Thankfully.
I had a couple of teachers that weren't great, but I had some decent ones. I got lucky in 6th or 7th grade. I can't remember which one it was, but one of my math teachers made a deal with me that if I passed the test, I wouldn't have to do the homework.
Wow.
That was the deal, and I said okay. And so he would give me a passing C grade as long as I did the tests, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything else. And that was I enjoyed that, and I don't think I did anything for anyone else because I just had decided by 6th grade that I was dropping out of high school. So I kind of stopped working then. I said no. By 6th grade, I was like, and the moment I turned 16, I'm filling out the paper.
I'm sick of you people.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. I hate this. I hate the people who work here. I hate the people who lie to me, and I hate the students. I hate everything about this, and I would rather just be watching TV. And as a kid, you think that's a viable option, right? So, like, you plan for it. And now I'm a streamer, so, hey.
You're kind of that's what my mom always thinks I'm doing. It's like, you on TV? I was like, oh god damn it.
Not really.
Yeah, sure. CBS just gave me a call.
Yeah.
I'm calling.
That's right.
Tell her you're on the phone with Rupert Murdoch.
No, I'm gonna tell her I'm on a radio show now.
I'm talking to all the disabled kids.
Yeah, we're on Fox. We're on Fox today.
Yeah, mom will be later on Fox with Tucker.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
correspondent.
man.
A correspondent with Tucker Carlson.
That's right.
I'm gonna call him stupid and hang up. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him in front of everybody.
It's gonna be real funny.
All
It would be.
those prank calls they made to C-SPAN. One of those is mine. One of those is mine out there. I can't find it, but somebody had to have recorded it because it was one of the ones that was a good one and not just some 4chan kid calling in and being like, penis vagina, and hanging up the phone. But the one dude, the best prank call I ever heard to C-SPAN was the dude who called in talking about he was like talking about a congressman, and he's like, I work down at Del Rey's Vidya store, and I tell you something, I see that congressman come in all the time, and of course he goes to the adult section in the back, and one thing he just keeps buying is pornos that involve gay black men. We had one called the Backdoor Sluice. He rented that 3 times before he finally bought it. I just fucking. And then, of course, they hung up on him right then and there. But it was so fucking good. He's just like. Oh, I love shit like that. You know what's funny? Pat Buchanan was on the show when that happened, and Pat thought it was funny. Like he heard it, he just starts kind of starts laughing, and the interviewer's like, "Okay, well, we'll just we'll pass somebody. People think they're comedians today. We'll just move on." So, Mr. Buchanan, what do you think about the TH-94 bill? And Pat's going, "Give me a second." He's just like, just.
Shit's funny.
I don't like Pat Buchanan, but I'll give him credit in that moment of him just being a real ass person. Like that was kind of funny, actually. Like,
Hell yeah.
not many politicians can do that. I wish they would. Like,
Oh, dude,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Be chill about it. Or,
I feel like
Make a
if I was a politician, like I know it's not a joke, but if I was a politician and I started getting like death threats for whatever, I'd read out the best ones, 100%.
absolutely.
I wouldn't even play like the victim card. I'd just be like, let's see who the winner is today, and just pull that one out and be like, oh yeah, this one. We received this one
Reading
at
hate
4
mails.
a.m.
It's just like reading hate mail.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Like,
I feel like you'd eventually be able to pick out the repeats.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know you.
I know this. You did that thing. You put in too many commas. I know who this is. I've seen this pattern. I know who this guy is.
I know your address.
I got you. Is this Billy Ray? Billy Ray. Come on now.
I'm coming for you.
It's Billy
I feel
Ray.
like if I was a politician, I'd be that one famous one, the vaping politician who wasted a bunch of money buying Steam games.
Oh yeah.
You guys remember
Oh my
that one?
God. Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
I'm gonna end up like that councilman, the furry councilman, who.
Yeah.
Getting asked to leave.
Yeah, the one who stepped down. He didn't even. He stepped down on his own. He didn't get like impeached or nothing. He just I feel so bad for that guy because that's not A, it wasn't even his fault, and B, the man was an open furry for years until they decided to make something out of it.
Yep.
And I felt
Okay.
I felt bad about it because what his wife says is kind of hilarious because she goes, I told him for years. I said they're gonna get you on this, but oh no, he just kept going to those conventions, and I've never understood what his fascination was with it, but it was making him happy, so I didn't care. But I told him there's no way that this ain't gonna be a thing. Well, now look at you, Harold. Now look what happened. Unbelievable. Like she's like irritated about it, but she's not surprised,
Right, yeah.
I told him.
She was expecting this.
Uh-huh.
It was coming.
I do. I don't.
I can't believe that. I can't imagine the amount of "I told you so"s he got.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
he's probably
Gray
not gonna
Muzzle. Look what happened, huh? What happened?
You're never going to let him live it down.
What happened, Gray Muzzle?
Now, will you throw out the suit? No.
Honey.
It's even hotter now.
Yeah, now that people
It's
know.
taboo.
Yeah, now that people know, I like it. Like,
That was his game plan all along.
oh, it might have been.
Tap into his sick fetish.
His
Even
real
deeper.
fetish was kink shaming. Good for him.
Oh man.
God, just going down.
Oh, I hope no one disapproves.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna leave my profile public. Oh no.
Oopsie. Yeah, that's But that's again. If I was to run, obviously I can't because of reasons. But if I was to run, I would run as an open gay furry, and I would not give a rat's ass about it. 100%. I would answer every question that came my way with a dumbass smirk on my face the whole time. I just feel like that's something that's within my power to do. I mean, I've been doing it 7 years now, so
It'd be pretty funny.
it would be funny. It'd just be like, sir, do you have a fursuit? No, I'm not really into that. It's always felt like a tease to me. What does that mean? Well, that's going to take a little bit while to unpack, but if you've got the time, I'll be by my trailer.
We'll have some after school sessions.
Uh-huh. Of course, the amount of furries there are nowadays, like 2 of those reporters might be one.
Yeah, probably.
So just straight up, one of them's like, and this horrific thing that you do. What is the exact address of that? For reasons. And what website do you use? Is that free or I mean what kind of thing?
Do you need an invite for that?
I know I don't like furries. I just think werewolves are cool.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Baby steps.
Uh-huh. Always that. Werewolves are just cool, man. Then again, there was Saiyan, and we thought Saiyan was a gay furry. Turns out he was a straight not furry. So you never know. But he had me fooled for a while. I hope he's doing okay, Saiyan, because, man, that guy was great. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
His little fucking Neopet looking ass.
It does really look like a Neopet.
You can't fucking wear the club jacket without paying any dues.
You gotta pay your taxes.
I was so mad about that. You're stealing my viewers. And they don't even know. They don't even know you're not one of us. God, that was fun. That's the magic of the internet. The two very different people can just be friends like that. His viewers were always very shocked by my crude appearance. And vulgar jokes. Incredibly vulgar jokes.
Your crude appearance in real life.
That would probably scare them too, to be honest with you. Whoa, he looks average yet aggressive. He must be Irish. And they're right.
Let's not talk to him.
Let's not talk to him. Or call the English. That'll shoo him away. That'll get him out of here. Oh my god. Oh, Dylan went quiet. What's the matter, Dylan? Oh, he's muted. Never mind.
He's
hey,
busy.
Look at that. A PM from...
My dad.
Fucking... Oh, he says whenever. A little late there, Mario. 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago? This is 2 hours long.
Yeah. Whenever.
Fucking guy.
The fucking guy. Well, let's message him right now, live. By the way, do you know what phantom dust is? What is that?
Crack?
Alright. Apparently it's a game.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
Sounds like crack.
Cowboy's trying to get me to play it.
An old Xbox game? Why the fuck would you play it?
Wait. No, this can't be that. This can't be that. This is like, it's so bad. Oh my god, it is.
Weird card-based arena fighter?
Yeah, that sucks, dude. That sucks. And Calvin, no way.
That doesn't sound very good. How could it possibly be card-based and an arena fighter?
I have no fucking idea. Oh, I'm messaging Mario and saying we're doing it right now. 2 hours in. Idiot.
Hey man, if you miss the bus, you miss the bus.
He missed the fucking bus, so I don't know where the hell Dylan went. I guess he's getting off the bus.
He jumped off the bus.
Yeah, he did. He just jumped. Dylan has not fantastic internet.
Yeah, he might have also been asked to do something.
He might have also been asked to do something. That is also true.
Gotta hide the body.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean you do cards at each other? That doesn't explain the gameplay. I could throw a pack of cards at someone right now. It's not the same thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's how it is. It's like an arena, and you pick up abilities and use them on people. And
So what, instead of guns, it's cards?
Kinda. Like, imagine picking up a card that just says Fireball, and then that you can just do that in the arena that you're doing, and it's super, super anime. It's really bad.
Anime.
In fact, I'm actually shocked that Cowboy would message me about that game because I think 2 of the Hangouts ago, he was talking about how it was his favorite game. And all of the other dudes who were in the room, when I said, I've never heard of it, they all said, you won't like it. All of them said that. And Calvo was like,
He really wants you to play
What are
it.
you talking about? What are you talking? They're like, you will not like it. And when I looked up the footage, like on reaction, I was like, this looks like dog shit. I don't want anything to do with this game. It looks horrific.
Probably is. It doesn't sound good. It sounds like a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Pretty bad. Well, we normally go about 2 hours per the podcast, and I feel bad ending it while Dylan is away. So all he's getting at the moment now is just one last smoke before he can say goodbye.
Oh, there he is.
There he
Speak of the
is.
devil, and he's bound to appear.
Sorry, I was smoking. What?
Oh yeah, you were having a big smoke?
Yeah, he's
No,
smoking crack.
I had a phone.
A phone
Yeah, that's
call.
what I figured.
Yeah. No, I was joking. We're coming up to the end here because we only do it for about 2 hours. But
Right.
I'm having my last smoke. So is there anything you guys wanted to talk about before we end the stream?
Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
All right, time for a big, unsponsored, unpaid ad. Do you like roguelikes?
Oh, here
Do
we
you
go.
know hit game Hades that has just come out on the Xbox and PS5?
Whoa, no, I didn't.
Then maybe you'd like its slower, darker, more methodical cousin, Curse of the Dead Gods.
It's Aztec theme.
Aztec
really
theme.
cool,
Do you
actually.
hate the 1,500 dodges you do a second in Hades? Do you wish you just had 5, and half of those are used for attacks? Curse of the Dead Gods is a game for you, where your choices actually matter.
I am
You can just
gonna-
kind of bust through Hades.
desperately trying to remember what you call the fucking sword that they use. McWaddle. A McWaddle.
Oh, yeah, Mahaquitl.
Mahaquitl. Yeah, McWaddle.
something like that.
Mahaquitl. Those things
And
are
a whip.
sick. And it's fun that the
Yeah.
Aztecs get like a... You know, I'm all into that shit because, you know, lizard men and all that crap. But, like, it's fun
It's a v-
when that aesthetic gets used.
It's a very hard game, and it's a very rewarding game to play.
Yeah.
I think artistically, the Dead Gods game looks great. And I think
Oh yeah, it's very
Awesome.
Darkest Dungeon like.
And the mechanics look very...
Yeah.
It doesn't look floaty either. Like, you got a very good heft to what you're doing.
And there's just enough animation lock to make you realize you've done a mistake.
Oh yeah.
But there's enough where you can cancel it with if you're like you do a move that's charged and it's early, you can dodge out of it at the cost of another stamina point. But if you don't have that stamina point, well, go fuck yourself.
Yep.
I love that. I'm sorry, it just occurred to a thought. The one game that we've played like hours of in the last 2 weeks, we haven't talked about much.
Yep.
Fucking Unite, just because there's not a whole lot to talk about.
It sucks.
Oh.
But we keep playing it.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Oh.
And, yeah, it's true. It's free.
And it's
They didn't give
something
me, like,
we can all play.
That's true.
yeah.
I
They didn't
only
give me
play it
Blastoise,
with
though,
friends.
like Blastoise. Oh yeah.
I never play it alone because it sucks. Why would I play it alone?
I
Well,
don't want to play it.
I played alone, but only because
And it's not a good time.
I played alone because I think I'm good enough to carry a team. And sometimes I've been right. You've seen it.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I've been right.
most of the time it's like, well, I guess I'm just fucked. Guess this game sucks.
That's true. When you came in yesterday and I had lost a game that I went 16-8 in
Yeah, that
8
sucked.
assists and I 16-8 I don't know how many times I died because it didn't tell you, but 16 and 8 assists and the rest of my team had like 2 and 1. That put some coal in my britches. I wasn't happy about that at all. That sucked ass.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. But you know, MOBA, that's what's gonna happen. No, Curse the Dead Gods, great game. I haven't played it yet, but I know I've seen Kaz play it, and I've thought that looks fun.
You might actually like it,
I
despite
might.
not liking roguelikes.
I like some very specific roguelikes. I liked what was the one? Tainted Grail. That was fun.
Yeah, which also got a big update yesterday. Added an endless mode and like power level modes.
Oh.
I still can't get through the game normally, so
Oh well, I did because I'm big brain strategy man, but
That's right.
because you know
And I think the character I played got nerfed, so
Kaz doesn't like strategy.
I just want to hit the enemy.
He just wants to hit the enemy.
Why do you think I'm so good at Curse of the Dead Gods?
I still can't believe you couldn't do Itza. I'm still.
I can't play the fucking commander.
I'm still.
I'll play the best soldier you need, not a captain, the private.
I'm still reeling over that, but then again, it's also not fair. The Total War series, Warhammer or not, has been around for 20 years, and I've been playing them ever since then. Like I started on Rome 1, and
yeah, and I've never played a single RTS.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect people to be good at like Civ 5,
either. Yeah.
like things like that. You know,
Even Civ 5, I'm like, what are you supposed to do? I don't understand.
So you're supposed to Civ, dude.
Why'd you build that? Why'd you do that? It doesn't make any sense.
Because numbers, man, numbers. You gotta roll in the numbers. Look,
the only person I like in Civ is Gandhi.
He's gonna get you.
He's
I love
pissed.
how he flips on you. Yeah.
I think my favorite Gandhi thing is what they did to that statue. Like, it's kind of horrible, but at the same time hilarious that someone put those red LED lights in his statue eyes. Like, it didn't damage the statue at all. It just fucking, in the middle of the night, there's Gandhi's eyes just glowing red. like
He's pissed. He's coming back.
And I don't advocate vandalism, but that was funny, and it was also harmless because they just could take them out the next day. But that was hilarious. Like, that was funny.
Watches.
Yeah, he's coming.
Hyper Gandhi.
I'm only good at number of Sif when it involves a video game. That's it.
Or money.
Or money. But money's not hard to count unless you don't have any.
Oof.
Oh, God.
Don't say that.
Oh,
too real.
I'm already broke.
I'm feeling it. But either way, I like numbers when I can get my head around like the physical action of it. When I can see them in practice, that's something I can do really well. But I have to see it happen.
You see, I'm a simple man. If the RPG makes numbers in the hundreds of thousands, I don't like playing it anymore.
That's true. That can get kind of boring. Simplifying.
But you can get me back if you put like an M or a K beside it.
Oh, that's what Diablo does.
Because that makes it that makes the number readable.
That's Diablo does that.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, makes sense. It does make it easier.
Borderlands only does it when you reach like the millions.
Yeah.
And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Get this shit off my screen.
That's too many.
That's kind of stupid. Yeah.
Like, I want to see the numbers, but don't flood my screen.
Yeah, I don't like super flooding, depending on what it is. But yeah.
That's why I think flooding my screen should be the loot.
That's kind of a problem with Risk of Rain at a certain point when you can't even see the enemies anymore. It's just numbers.
Yeah.
Especially
my god.
Especially with the minigun fucking guy. So yeah, Diablo 3 can set not to do. Yeah, it can do all of them, or it's set not to do it. You could do whichever.
Yeah, but then again, I'd have to be playing Diablo 3.
Which you wouldn't be, because why would you do that?
Boring as hell.
It's not great, and I am so sad, dude. So sad. I don't even want to talk about it. How sad I am about the new Diablo stuff coming, and I don't think I can play it.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, it's fucked now.
It's gonna hurt me, man.
Fuck you, Blizzard.
That hurts me. Blizzard, you really let me down, man. Like,
they're letting everybody down, even non-Blizzard fans.
I was ready to put on my blinders and defend my purchase, but then you guys. Normally, I would always make the statement, I don't want to punish the devs for the stupid ass publisher mistakes, right? I don't want to do that, but it turns out it was both of them this time. So.
Yep.
Nothing I can fucking do, man, because it makes me feel. It's just gonna make me feel dirty. If I play it, it's gonna make me feel like just dirty, and I'm.
Well, you already don't shower.
Shut up. I showered before this.
A likely story.
I did. I swear I did. I showered before this. I had to wash the black off my feet from all the ash on my porch. I had to do it.
Why don't you just clean your porch?
Because I live in the desert. There's nothing I can do about that.
Or you wear some fucking slippers.
I do wear the slippers. They get black too.
There's something wrong with where you live.
I know. I shouldn't live here, but it's just what happens. I live
It is. Ju-
in the
it is
middle.
just what happens.
I live in the middle of the desert, man. It's just what fucking happens. Smoke on the porch. There's dust everywhere. It's just everywhere. You can't fight it after all this time. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
You accumulate filth quickly though, Dragon, so it doesn't matter. Got to shower midstream.
Oh man, hold on, guys. Gotta
Yeah.
do a shower break.
Our stream, yeah. Oh, BRB, guys.
Yeah, fucking yeah, you know in Constantine when the devil comes down and his feet are covered in tar? It can sometimes be like that out here. it could just
It's just dragging on a normal day.
He's got a nicer suit than I do, but you know, it's pretty much the same thing. The unclean. There really is, in all seriousness, it's not anywhere near as bad as we're joking about, but it is a constant fight in the desert to just not, like my computer and shit, every 2 or 3 weeks I have to take a brush on the fans to get the fucking dirt off of it, because it just comes in. There's just like, the sand is everywhere, like you can't escape it. Which is why, that's why I was so worried when it wasn't raining. And getting like all that hot and all that stuff, and I was like, we're gonna have a fucking dust storm. I mean, it's just gonna happen. And boy howdy, I was close to being right because now it won't fucking stop raining, which has turned the mountains green, and I've never seen that before. And I've been here almost 10 years, and I have not seen that. That's a little bit weird out here, but yeah, it gets the dust can be really bad. You know, there was this whole thing that happened out here. You know, something about a bowl.
Oh
yeah.
What are you talking about?
I remember some shit like that. Texas Bowl.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's
Super Bowl.
That's the one. That's
With the Cheeto dust.
Yeah. Hot Cheeto dust.
That's the one. Yeah, cannon shot. I know. I was making a joke. Don't worry. I know it's your Dust Bowl. Don't worry. Not only was it the Dust Bowl, but it was repaired by the CCC, and the CCC needs to come back. God damn it!
The Cock Control Center.
That's what it is. The Cock Control Center. They need
That's the one.
They need the Cock Control Center back.
I don't know what else it could be.
Yeah, it
Right?
couldn't be anything else. Like the thing that brought us out of the Great Depression couldn't be anything else at
No.
all. No way.
We don't need that anymore.
We built fucking 80% of the infrastructure, and I think like 90% of all dams in this country, and all the fucking roads and highways and bullshit that we fucking need. Oh, it's never gonna whatever. All right.
We don't need that.
Conservation.
Civilian Conservation Corps.
That's right.
That's what it is. And if you don't know what the Civilian Conservation Corps is, fucking Google it, and know that we're missing out on a key function of our infrastructure.
Why? Because fuck you.
Because fuck you. Because World War II happened and they thought they didn't need it anymore because all the boys came home with jobs from the military and blah blah blah.
Fools.
So,
A lot of them.
and now it's technically Job Corps, and it's fucking useless because they don't send people in Job Corps out to do practical fucking shit on the job. You just learn in the school and then you leave, which sucks.
Amazing.
And it's also run by private contractors, which sucks. So, fantastic.
Another glorious day in the military-industrial complex.
Yeah, just about. But I think we're coming up to 2 hours. Anything to add, gentlemen?
Thanks for watching.
Brush your fucking teeth.
That's good.
right.
You gotta wash
Brush your teeth, bitch.
ass if you must. You gotta
Brush
wash
your
your
teeth,
teeth.
bitch.
Or else you'll be funky. Although you still love that song. It's so stupid.
Okay.
But there's that. We're done now. Thanks you guys for being here. And to YouTube,
you.
shout out to the Poo Poo Pee Pee gang. And
Shout out to all my pears.
Shouts Bruno.
to that one guy who smokes a cigar.
Copious amounts of weed.
Yeah, it's the man smoking his cigar at the end of the day. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope it lasted this long.
We
It's
are
a good cigar.
back.
Yeah,
Shout
we're-
outs to Weed Man.
possibly we are back to
Back
do-
on schedule, and if not,
Kaz
the
has
side episodes
yeah,
are gonna come out.
Yeah, Kaz has some alternatives. So there's that, like theft. You know, whatever. Like,
Larceny, fraud.
Identity theft, you bastard.
Fucking no, we're just parroting it. That's it.
Oh God, you probably get away with it too. Shit. It's just a parody. It's just a parody. You guys have yourselves a good one. And we'll see you all next time. Say bye, bye.
See you
Bye,
later,
guys.
chat.
Love you guys. Bye.